Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man, twice a week sports podcast where we talk everything athletics. We talk MLB, NFL, college football. We talk NHL, NBA, European football, anything and everything sports. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he's always the same.
That's me. Everything in the world of athletics.
Everything in the world of athletics, Grumpy.
Okay.
Hey, sometimes we talk about crazy things, Grump. We talk fan fights. We talk everything athletics, Grump. Everything, man.
Okay.
Today got a lot, and I mean a lot to cover. I didn't mention, right? If you're new to the channel, welcome. We invite you to stick around a while. Again, I said this is a twice-a-week podcast. It happens every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What, Grumpy?
Nothing. It's what time is it now? 9:20?
I sent your invite, Grumpy. I sent the invite at
9:18.
No. Not 9:18.
Ridiculous.
Maybe you're not ready, Grumpy. I was only running 7 minutes behind. I was almost on time, and then you're over there, fiddling around doing who knows what, Grumpy. So I'm saying half of the reason we're late today is because of you.
First of all, it was 9:10 that you sent it. That's the email came across 9:10. Then I had to listen to you go on some ridiculous diatribe because the University of Pittsburgh is not doing well against West Virginia.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry.
No, not
we'll
at all.
Push those buttons today. Don't you
Not
worry.
At all, Grump. Not at all. Here's the thing. I had to wait. I get it up at 10 minutes. It takes you 11 minutes to get online. Grump. Anyway. Welcome again. This is a twice a week sport podcast every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to the channel, we invite you again to stick around a while. We invite you to subscribe on YouTube, to like on Facebook, and to follow on Twitter. Also, if you like this content, the best way to let us know is by leaving a thumbs up. Apparently, it helps the algorithm. It helps get the podcast out to more listeners and more viewers, and right? It just lets us know, hey, we get a little thumbs up. That's how we know you guys are watching and enjoy the content. Today, we have a lot to talk about, as I alluded to earlier on, Grump. We're talking about college football in full swing, a huge weekend of college football ahead of us. You've got the big headliner games of Georgia against Oregon, Ohio State against Notre Dame. You've got Cincinnati against Arkansas. A lot of top 25 teams dueling it out this weekend, Grump. We're going to talk about Brett Favre being questioned by the FBI in that in the Mississippi welfare scandal. Remember, we had mentioned that just in passing a few weeks ago. What exactly is going on with this? It happened a while ago. A little bit more questioning coming Brett Favre's way. Who would figure? Also going to talk about that new deal that Russell Wilson just inked with the Denver Broncos, Grumpy Old Man.
Is he the highest paid quarterback in the league now?
We'll talk about it. I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head. I don't know. I know he doesn't have the most guaranteed money. He didn't get the Deshaun Watson deal where every penny was guaranteed. But hot takes on ESPN on First Take. People thinking possibly Jameis Winston could win MVP, NFL MVP. Wow. We'll talk about Shohei Ohtani again, off to another record-breaking year for himself. Unbelievable guy. Looks fantastic. And also, Brandon Nimmo had an Andy Chavez-esque type catch for the New York Mets. And the Mets won the series against the Dodgers, Grump. What a shock when Scherzer and DeGrom pitch. When the pitchers who are going to be facing off against the Dodgers pitch, Grumpy, you see positive results for the Mets. I'm telling you now, and as I've said it before, if the Mets face off against the Dodgers, the Mets are taking the series and the MLB postseason. Just go ahead and mark it down, Grump. Mark it down.
I don't think Scherzer pitched in the series, did he?
I thought he pitched game 2.
How many games were there?
Walker, Scherzer, 3-game series. Taylor Walker, Scherzer, and DeGrom.
No, it was DeGrom and Bassett. It was Walker, DeGrom, and Bassett.
Okay. Walker, DeGrom.
Because Scherzer lost the Sunday. Whoever they played on Sunday, he lost. You don't need to look it up. It's right.
Oh, is it really Grump? Okay, well, then I'm wrong. Right. Hey, Bassett's going to be pitching for the Mets when they're down to a 3-man rotation in the postseason as well.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
You got that, and that Scherzer not even pitching. The guys who need to be relied upon for the Mets to be successful this year in the postseason played well. It's as simple as that.
I want to see the Mets beat the Dodgers. I'm just saying Dodgers are a good team too. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say that it's impossible. I said I think they're the best two teams in the National League is what I'm saying. I just think it's going to be tough for the Mets to beat the Dodgers. That's all I said. I didn't say it wasn't going to happen.
The Dodgers are the team to beat in the NL.
Well, the Dodgers are the team to beat in the National League. They have the best record in the league. They got the best record in Major League Baseball. They are the team to beat in the National League.
They're the first team to 90 wins. Yes, they were. Absolutely grumpy. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in, Grump. Did you happen to look and read too much about what was going on with Brett Favre?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, we'll jump into that in a second. Then let's start off with a fun topic then before we get
okay.
There.
Fun topics. I like those.
Do you remember a few housekeeping items? Do you remember last week we showed you the season-ending injury from Poe the Raven, Grumpy, where he tore his ACL, or it looked like there was speculation upon a torn ACL. Do you remember that, Grump?
Yes, I do remember that.
Well, he's been placed on breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Poe the mascot has been placed on injured reserve via the NFL 7 hours ago. I wonder if they're just going to go mascotless or if they're going to have somebody new in the suit, Grump.
They'll just put somebody else in the suit.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know who the person who's been in the suit, but it would not surprise me if he's out for the whole year. Do you think they're going to go a whole year without putting somebody else in the suit? No way.
You know what they should do? They should wrap the mascot's knee in like some sort of tape every time he goes out there just for fun. I mean, like that, I think that'd be kind of fun. And he's kind of comes out there the first time with like a walk, or not with maybe a walker, like crutches, and he could barely move. And then he tries to energize the crowd. He throws them aside and then uses some Herculean strength. Poe needs to have magic healing powers, Grumpy, week 1. That's what we need to see.
I don't know why he just can't fly around. Ravens fly.
Good point. Good point. He is a bird.
I mean, he can fly. Hook him up to the thing, like they have the camera that runs across the field, that little zoom camera, whatever the heck, almost like the eye in the sky camera. Just hook him up to that. Just fly him around the stadium. I think it'd be pretty cool.
My goodness.
No.
And I'll also tell you this here. I forgot to mention at the top of the hour. Donovan Mitchell was traded from the Utah Jazz. Danny Ainge finally negotiated himself a deal. It was nowhere near what he was asking for, Grumpy.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what. The Knicks he didn't ask for that much from the Knicks. He absolutely didn't. That was something that was leaked to make it make the Knicks look better.
They want 7 first round. He apparently wanted 7 first round picks, and I can't even remember who else the player was included on that. But I looked at it, I kind of scoffed.
Yeah, it was ridiculous what the offer supposedly was, and you saw what he got. So obviously you wanted to move him. So let's say they would have offered instead of 4, they came 7. They came down to 4. Do you think Danny Ainge would have accepted that? I'd say probably yes. So, like I said, they were non-lottery protected first-round picks. Obviously, he didn't want to be in Utah anymore, so they moved him out. I mean, that's what you need to do.
Absolutely, Grump. Goon says here, the most confident I've felt about the Mets since way back when Grumpy donned the Ron Jeremy stash. Wow, Grumpy. You're talking about way back in the 80s, huh?
I don't know. I think that's the 70s. I think Ron Jeremy was the 70s. Was he not?
Well, when you had your Ron Jeremy stash, Grumpy, when was that? Was that in the 80s for you or the 70s?
I want to say that was probably the 80s. Definitely the 80s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know it was the 80s. So, like, you were in what, your 20s? Your mid 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, I was in my 20s.
Anyway, I feel confident. I feel confident about the Mets too, Grump. The batting is the biggest question mark, in my opinion. I think the pitching staff, again, I believe the pitching staff, the best pitching staff out there. It's going to be the best pitching staff in the postseason. I firmly believe that. It's not like, hey, we have a question mark at closer, or hey, we've got really 2 strong starters but don't have a strong third starter. We are stout when it comes to the rotation. We're stout when it comes to the bullpen. I feel very confident in our ability to pitch. Just comes to, will the bats show up?
For me, in the playoffs, pitching wins. Period. The team that pitches the best always wins. Not always, the vast majority of the time. the Mets, the way their team is built, not like the Yankees, they're not a slugging team. They're able to scratch runs out, timely hitting. That's what they've been all year. I really wish they would have had a bigger bat out in the outfield. They decided not to. It doesn't mean they can't get the job done, without a doubt. But like I said, I like Buck Showalter as the manager. I like the makeup of the team and the type of players that they have. They could very easily win the World Series this year. Like I said, it's going to be tough for them to get past the Dodgers and then probably face the Astros. I mean, I think those are probably the top 3 teams in the game right now.
Andrew L said, TJ, are you going to invite people through email for the Fantasy Football League? Yes, I'm going to invite you through email. I haven't created the league yet until Saturday when that cutoff is. That's when I'm going to create the league after the show on Saturday. I still have to create our family league, but after the show on Saturday, I'm going to create the league. And at that point, right, I'll know how many people roughly it's going to be in so I can accurately create the league.
Yes, family members are clamoring for the family league to be released, by the way, just to let you know once again.
Oh, goodness. I know. I've had our family members on this side, too, asking questions. Drew L said, I'm very happy, man. The Knicks didn't trade 5 first-round picks and 3 young players for Donovan Mitchell. Best of lucks to the Cavs. It's all going to be in Evan Mobley's development. It's all going to be on Evan Mobley's development now.
Yeah, well, who got the best player in the deal? Cleveland did. So, that's usually the team that gets the best player is the one who wins. I think the big caveat is the non-lottery protected first-round draft picks. So if they crap the bed, that's really good news for Utah.
Well, let's talk. Oh man, this one doesn't show the exact selections, but I mean, like those first-round picks, man, they're like 2025, 2027, 2029. Man, it's a crapshoot. You have no idea how good the team's going to be, 7 years from now. So, you talk about playing with fire. Man, the Cavs must feel some type of way. They must feel confident, Grumpy. Just look at that deal here. Again, just to recap, Donovan Mitchell traded from the Utah Jazz to the Cavs. Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Ochai I'll never pronounce that name right. Agaji, 3 first-round picks, and then the 2 pick swaps. Man, oh man, Grump. Wow.
The NBA, here's the thing. I hate NBA trades because it's like, well, we'll give you a first this year, that year, this. I like the fact that you can only give away, like in the NFL, you can only give away 3 number 1 picks, and they have to be in the next 3 years. That's all you can do.
I think it's the same way with the NHL too, or it's maybe 2. It's even less for them. Yeah, 3 unprotected first-round picks.
And, to say, okay, I'll give you a 2037 first-round pick. Who cares? And here's the thing. As a GM, you shouldn't carry. I'll give you 7 picks. I'll give him starting in 2040. He's probably going to be dead, out of a job, whatever by then. It's not going to matter anyway. It's about getting the best player.
I'm happy that they don't allow you to trade that many picks down the road because Lou Lamoriello, the Islanders wouldn't have first-round picks until 2050 if that was the case.
True.
So, I mean, like, you think an overpay for the Cavs, or you think that trade's going to work out for them? It's a lot, right? I mean, Ainge has always come up with this huge asking price, and it wasn't exactly what the asking price was, but you have to feel like the Jazz probably long-term get the better end of this deal, right?
Depends on who they pick. Cleveland got the best player. So, and if you're looking picks that are going out to 2029, I'm like, really? So in other words, you're probably going to be drafting someone who's like, I think, a 7th grader now or a 6th grader. That's who you're going to be picking. You don't even know.
It's funny when you think about how far or how far out those trades are going to be. Literally, you're going to be looking at, that's going to be a guy who's in 7th grade currently, not even in high school yet.
So
hasn't even played year college yet.
Yeah.
Who
knows? Who knows? In the short run, it's going to be Cleveland, right? In the short run, who knows about the long run?
B Bean says, "Gentlemen, the season is back." B Bean, what's up, B Bean?
B Bean's been gone for a while.
Hey, football's back. Football, man. Football brings back football.
So he's been giving us a blow by.
Yeah, BB, what's up with that, huh?
Okay.
You've been giving a blow by because it's off season. Stephen S says football is officially back, at least college wise. Absolutely, it is. Grump, let me ask you, what's the game that you're most interested to watch this weekend? As I mentioned at the top, Oregon against Georgia. Then you've got later on in the evening, you've got Notre Dame against Ohio State in that primetime slot. You've got Arkansas against Cincinnati at 2:30 also. So you're going to have two top 25 matchups at that 3:30, or maybe it's at 2:30, 3:30. I can't remember. I get them mixed up. But in the afternoon schedule, they have two top 25 matchups to bounce around with. Who are you most excited? What game are you most excited to watch this weekend?
I want to say Ohio State, Notre Dame. That's the big one. I don't think Oregon's that good. They lost a lot of players via either transfer or graduation. They lost their head coach. Georgia defending national champion. Where is that game being played, by the way?
Give
Is
me
it
a sec.
neutral
I don't remember off. I
Okay,
don't remember offhand.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what your name is.
No, I think Georgia's going to win that game. And then you mentioned Arkansas and Cincinnati. I mean, Arkansas played well last year. Cincinnati, sorry. They never even deserved to go to the Final Four.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So, you
Okay.
know what? You could
Neutral
probably call it. Well, here's the thing. Remember, that's in Atlanta, Georgia. So you might as well say it's a
okay.
Georgia home game.
It's a Georgia home game. Okay. That's right. Mercedes-Benz.
It's technically not at Georgia Bulldog Stadium, but might as well just call that a Georgia home game. You don't have to travel too far down the road to be there.
I was thinking Georgia Dome. My bad. Yeah. So, so that's a Georgia home game. I expect them to win.
It's technically a neutral site, but it is a home game in my opinion. Well, so, yes.
I'll tell you what, they're going to have it's going to be sold out. That much I can tell you.
Here's another thing, ladies and gents. You know what? Watch that game. Here's the thing. It's not going to be an exact replica of what it's going to be like for USC joining that Big Ten, but look at it. You've got Oregon, that West Coast team, traveling, playing a 3:30 game. And again, that's later on in the afternoon, but still, it's like the equivalent of playing what? 12 o'clock, 12:30. So 12 o'clock kickoff time there for those individuals. On top of that, you've got a brand new coach. You're right. Mario Cristobal is going to be out there for Miami. He's no longer a part of that Oregon Ducks team, and he's a fantastic recruiter, fantastic coach. I think that Georgia, right, I know that Oregon's technically ranked 11th in the nation. I feel like Georgia steamrolls them. I feel like that's an ugly game. I feel like Georgia steamrolls those Oregon Ducks.
I don't know
Nothing against Oregon either, but still.
Georgia lost a lot of players, particularly from the defensive side of the ball. Lost a lot of them in the draft this year. So, I mean, and it's early in the season, so we really don't know. But for me, but what I said is, if you noticed, Oregon, let's say Oregon was, or whoever, USC going to the Big Ten, they're going to get 4 o'clock in the afternoon games. So it's like 1 o'clock games, which is, not an issue for them at all. You're not going to see them playing.
It's the travel.
Okay, but travel is travel. I mean,
when you travel, I mean, how long of a travel do you think it is from Oregon to Georgia? It's not like a 2-hour flight. Well, I'll pull it up. Don't worry. I'll pull it up.
Maybe it's a 3-hour flight. Big deal. It's not like they're flying in game day. They're going to get there the day before, maybe even 2 days before. They're not going to be coming in Saturday morning. That much I can tell you.
That's a 5-hour flight. I'm just saying, right? If you've ever traveled for games like that, and it's not like they're traveling, hey, we're traveling on Thursday. They're traveling maybe Friday morning, or maybe they are traveling Thursday evening after practice. Who knows? But when you're cooped up in a little tiny plane for 5 hours,
okay,
cooped up in a tiny bus.
Okay, they're not taking a puddle jumper. Everybody piling on with a bunch of chickens.
They're all flying coach.
With a bunch of chickens loose in the back. It's not like that. They're going to be flying in a private plane. They're not going commercial. I'm going to tell you right now.
Are they going to be in the smoking or non-smoking section, Grump, of the coach?
I don't know.
Oh man. Now, so you're excited though for that Notre Dame Ohio State game.
Yeah.
What do you think the outcome's going to be? I think Ohio State's going to crucify Notre Dame, and I meant to say that because pun intended, because of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Man.
Notre Dame, I feel like, is overrated every single season, and they always live off the tradition of Notre Dame. I think. Man, you saw what that Ohio State team has done. I know they've lost important wide receiver threats from last year's team, that Ohio State team is ranked number 2 for a reason. They still have the quarterback. They still have fantastic wide receiver core. The offensive line is still intact. That Ohio State team is going to be a team to watch out for this year. I really think that they have a chance this year to win the national championship.
First of all, I'm a little disappointed with your blasphemous statement against the University of Notre Dame.
Go ahead.
So, especially you, to be honest with you. So, but I think that Ohio State's going to win as well. I think Notre Dame is always rated higher than they deserve just because of rep. At least they're playing a top-rated opponent here to start the season. Usually they don't.
Okay. No, I mean, they play strong games neutral site. I mean, when they lost to Cincinnati, that game was early on in the season last year.
Cincinnati sucks. Cincinnati's not a big name school. Ohio
Cincinnati was undefeated last year.
But you realize they don't set these schedules up, 2 weeks before the season starts.
They set them up a year or 2 years in advance.
Yeah, at least 2 years in advance. Nobody expected Cincinnati to be shit. Otherwise, Notre Dame wouldn't have scheduled them.
Oh, bullshit. Stop. Let me see I got to see what their records. Grump, Cincinnati's put together a few successful years in a row for football. They're not blue. What are you about? I can't even see you, but I just hear you go.
I'm sorry. They suck. And they're going to be really bad. Are they even ranked this year, Cincinnati?
They are ranked to start the season, and Cincinnati plays another tough team to start the year. They play Arkansas. They play again. That's another top 25 team. That's gonna be a fight, right? I mean, I don't know, Grump. I think right. Ohio State, as we mentioned, they're very tough. I think Ohio State this year is the deal. That's a team you've got to watch out for. That's a team. Ohio State's going to get everybody's best, and Ohio State is going to be. I really feel like this is the year they have a chance. And I'm not a Big Ten guy. I really do feel confident though in Ohio State this year.
Yeah, they're always good. They're always right up there at the top. Alabama's right up the top. Georgia, it's always the same teams every year. USC, they're going to be right up there at the top. University of Southern California.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's funny. That's funny shit, Grumpy. USC is a team I expect to go down in the rankings, Grump. Down in the rankings, Grump. I'm telling you, don't be too bullish on USC. Cincinnati, by the way, 2018, they finished 11-2. 2019, 11-3. 2020, 9-1. And 2021, 13-1. That's including either bowl wins or losses. They were undefeated in 2020. Okay, I know you said, though, that they were a shitty squad, and that's why Notre Dame scheduled them. For the last 4 years in a row, they've been a team that starts the year in the top 25, ends the year in the top 25. Yes, they don't play a tough level of competition.
They don't play anyone.
It's still a team that finishes almost in double-digit wins on a consistent basis. What are you going for? It's not a walk. It's not like a team that you just show. It's not like you're playing VMI or you're showing up and saying, I'm playing St. Mary's Sisters of the Blind and Poor. I mean, Cincinnati it's not a Power 5 team, but they're a very good, not Power 5 team.
Exactly. They're not a Power 5 team. If you put them in a Power 5 conference, they're probably 7-4 every year. At best.
Wow, at best. Holy shit.
At best. They don't play the level of competition. They just don't. I expect Arkansas to beat them. I think Arkansas much improved last year. I expect them to build on that. Cincinnati just a stepping stone for them.
Oh, shit. Damn, Grumpy over there throwing it down. Yeah, Pittman's a hell of a coach. Pittman's is a really good coach. He turned around. I'm trying to remember who was there before him. Chad Morris, the failed Clemson defensive coordinator who went out there to be head coach. And that's when I think they went winless or had one win. They were miserable. And Pittman turned around the organization in two seasons. But, can you believe it? Go ahead, Grump.
Do you want to made a horrible mistake in the offseason?
Who's that?
Luke frickin' Fickell, who decided not to leave Cincinnati. That was dumb. He was never going to have his reputation as high as it was at the end of last year.
Well, look at it like this. Just because you leave doesn't always guarantee you'll have a maybe he wants to be a guy who is like, I'm the guy for Cincinnati. I've got myself a lifetime contract. Think about it. Scott Frost had everything going in UCF, right? They had the undefeated season. They were again a team that was top 25 year in, year out. and he goes to Nebraska. And how do you think Scott Frost's stock looks? Nebraska, he inherits a bad team. He's not able to turn them around. He plays tougher competition in the Big Ten. And now, do you think if Scott Frost gets fired tomorrow, do you think he's going to be a hot name where teams want to hire him as head coach? I'd say probably not.
He could go right back to the little pond that is
No way.
UCF.
No way.
Absolutely.
No
And here's
way.
the thing. That's what happens. If you're looking for a head coach, do you want somebody who's like, I'm happy being the big fish in the little pond. I'm happy with that. Or
You know
you
what
want
it reminds me of? Who the hell is that head coach for men's basketball in Gonzaga?
Mark Few.
Mark Few. Played at a little tiny non-power 5 program, grumpy old man. Wow, man, grumpy down in that grape drink today. What, you get done running a mile today, Grump, or something? You're down in the grape drink.
When I eat stuff that's salty before
Did
the show,
you have Chinese food again?
no, I had a frozen pizza, but it just seems so salty.
I don't know what type of frozen pizzas you're eating, man.
The salty kind.
The salty type of frozen pizza. Well, I will say this much. You're looking at Gonzaga, right? They weren't a big time program. They couldn't get big recruits. They were a team when Few started out. He wasn't getting big time guys. Slowly built that team up. Now they get the big time recruits. Now they get the big time guys. Cincinnati got a few high 4-star rated recruits last year and have a few already signed on board for this year. It's not like it's impossible to build a competitive program. If you win games, NIL deals will come and you'll be able to attract those big name recruits. It's that simple.
Yeah. Basketball isn't football.
No, that's even football.
You bring up Mark Few.
Yeah.
How many years did it take him to win a national title from Gonzaga? 15? 20?
This guy already has that team where they're winning double-digit wins year in, year out. I'm just saying, maybe he felt real loyalty for the team that really gave him that first-time chance in Division I football.
He's a dope.
Oh, stop.
He should have cashed in when he had the opportunity. That's what he should have done. Maybe he likes living in Cincinnati or wherever it is that he's living. I have no idea. But for me, if you had aspirations of being a big-time coach, that was your opportunity to move. Because they're never going to sniff the success that they had last year. Never. Everything broke perfectly for them. Perfectly. They played one team that was a top 25 team or top 20 team.
Not true. They beat Notre Dame last year, too. You keep forgetting that.
That's the team they beat. That's the one they beat. I said they played one team who was ranked highly, which was Notre Dame. Other than that, the only ranked team they played was freaking Houston. Houston was like,
team.
Yeah, 23, 24, 25. That's where they were ranked.
Still a top 25 team.
Like I said, Houston's another shit team from the shit conference that they play in. That's what I'm talking about. They can beat on their own shitty teams, but if they play a big boy like Alabama, how'd that turn out for them?
They played a big boy Notre Dame and punched him in the mouth.
Notre Dame is not that good. Sorry.
I don't know, Grumpy. They were a top 25 team last year, and they're a number 11 team in the nation this year, Grumpy. Notre Dame, Grumpy, the Fighting Irish. Yeah.
Well, I hope they enjoy that number 11 for the next couple hours.
Oh, man. I don't think they go ahead and do that until later on, but they won't update it. But yeah, man, dude, this is, and I feel like it's cliche, but every year I feel like I'm in this spot. But man, this is the most excited I have been for the opening week, the real opening week of college football, just because of the matchups that we've got.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. I was thinking about something else right now.
What are you thinking about?
Forget it.
I'm talking with you.
In and out. In and out. I mean, for opening week, usually they have some good games. They got 2 this week. I mean, I'm excited. Like I said,
they've got 3 teams that are matching up that are top 25 teams facing off. What?
Okay. Is Cincinnati the shit level conference team that it is against Arkansas, who's like what? Mid-table in the SEC? You consider that a marquee game?
Would they have 9 wins last year?
Okay.
I can't even tell you what Arkansas did last year.
Where were they? 5th or 6th in the SEC?
Jesus, let me pull that up.
I mean, and Cincinnati. Yuck. That's all I'm saying. Cincinnati. I expect Cincinnati to lose on Saturday. It's not. I bet you when you look at the TV ratings, people, oh my God, I go watch Arkansas and Cincinnati. No one's saying that. The only game they really care about is Ohio State, Notre Dame nationally. That's it.
Arkansas was third. They were 9-4 last year, and they're third.
Okay. Good for
That's
them.
it.
I
That's
said
it.
I thought
Okay.
I thought they improved.
Still stable.
I expect them to take another step this year. They didn't lose a whole lot to the draft. I expect them to be better this year.
Treylon Burks, the wideout, who I think was it Phil or the Titans drafted. Treylon Burks. Oh my God, that footwork looked oof. Do you remember the footwork by Treylon Burks? Oh man, I tell you,
He's fat.
he's fat, out of shape, doesn't run good routes. You know, you name it. He's a guy that you worry and you say, oh my God, he's gonna eat. He's gonna be a Kelvin Benjamin. He'll eat his way out of the league.
But most of the players on that team are back. So I expect them to take a step up. I'm not saying they're going to win conference. They're not.
Okay. Yeah, they're going to beat Alabama and Texas A&M. They're going to win the conference ground.
Well, where was Texas? So Texas A&M was ranked lower than Arkansas?
Yeah, Texas A&M was 8-4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas.
Well, Georgia's in the other side. They're in the East.
Oh, okay. So, well, I'm talking about the whole freaking conference, not that's what I'm talking about. The whole conference. They're the middle of the whole conference is what I'm saying. See, again. So in other words, you're trying to push your narrative by using some type of slide rule technology where I'm just telling you, you look at all the teams, they were in the middle. 5 or 6 is what I said, right? So where were they? Probably 5 or 6, right? 5.
They were third in their division.
Third in their division.
They were tied for 4th in the conference. Does that make you happy?
So there you go. 5. They were 5th.
No, tied for 4th in the conference. 4th, Grumpy. Okay. Not 5. Anyway, B Bean says Brett Favre paid a huge fine for his actions in that scandal. Yeah, and here's the thing. He was like, oh, I had no idea that was happening. He tried to immediately said, I'm going to give all the money back. He was being paid. It came out today. He was being paid money he was being paid welfare money for speeches that he never made. Do you think, well, let me ask you this, because here's the thing. I'm not willing to say, hey, he knows everything that goes on regarding, all the nonprofits, and he's got a lot, I'm sure, that goes on. Do you think maybe he knows about something like that? Do you think that he was knowledgeable that he was receiving those checks, or maybe an entity of his was receiving these checks for something he was supposed to provide and did not?
Who wouldn't know that? Do you not look at your bank account?
No, I guarantee you somebody runs that for him.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not making excuses for him like you are. So, he had to sign a contract, right?
Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible that he was unaware and didn't know, right? He was supposed to be like, hey, you're going to be paid this, you're going to do that. So you think Brett Favre knew what he was doing? He knew that he was getting paid for giving speeches, even though he was not giving speeches?
Yes. When somebody approaches, okay, we're going to give you this amount of money, you have to do these 5 speeches, and you don't show up. Well, I mean, come on. I know he's had thousands of concussions. Supposedly, that's what he said.
That's why he forgot that he was supposed to be giving these speeches. Damn it, Grump! He forgot with the CT that's going on. He thought he was giving these speeches.
$70 million.
No, he didn't receive $70 million.
The state order says $70 million in federal welfare funds went to Brett Favre. I mean,
Brett Favre,
and 2 other guys.
Complex, a former pro wrestler, because the DiBiase's were included in this too. Ted DiBiase and I think one other. It's a lot. There's a lot of people that were included on this scandal. And here's the thing I'm thinking. If there's a lot of people, they probably are trying to game the system. Think about those ex-NFL players. I can't remember who it was, but tried to do they tried to go ahead and take advantage of like, hey, saying I'm injured and I had sports injury related items that I had to go ahead and collect, money for and expenses on.
I know Ted DiBiase does a lot of speeches.
Let me make sure it was Ted DiBiase here.
Well, I think, now that you mention, I think that's who it was.
I looked at it this morning, but I cannot remember.
But I think he does do a lot of speech. I know he's a born again Christian and he does a lot of work with ministry. So this is interesting. I don't know how much money he got paid, and it'll be interesting to see how this comes out. I don't know what the agreements were. I really don't.
Yeah, the DiBiase's. Yep, both DiBiase's were there. Absolutely, they're both sued. And there was like 36 other parties that were sued. So like when
There's
I
a
see
lot of
all
people.
the parties that are being sued, I'm thinking
Maybe
maybe,
Mississippi doesn't know
maybe
what
it
the hell
wasn't
it's doing.
maybe it was not explained what needed to go on, or they said they were going to do something, just gave them the money, and nobody ever reached back out about what they had to do, and they're just like, whatever, I guess they'll contact us sooner or later. It never happened. There are so many people that are tied up into this, and Brett Favre, when it happened, that's why I said, again, I'll be interested to see how things come out. But Brett Favre, he immediately, as soon as he said that and the allegations were made, he immediately said, hey, I'm going to pay that back. And he paid extra. He had to pay the interest for the time period that he held the money in his account, and he didn't do it, or whenever he received it to that time period when they said, hey, you fraudulently have that money. So he paid up that penalty, or paid that interest there. And that's what B Bean is referring to.
I'm going to say with there being like 35 people involved, it's not like they all colluded to bilk Mississippi out of money. I'm going to say Mississippi probably screwed something up.
Mm.
I mean, I just find it, I don't know, too many people. Too many people.
Too many people involved.
One or two, okay. 35, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Tells me something else is happening there.
I will err on the side of caution and say that the way that Brett Favre reacted, even though he's saying he's got thousands of concussions, I'd say that he's probably correct. I don't know. I'd like to think he seems like such a down-to-earth, nice guy. I don't want to think that he was doing anything that was like, eh.
He doesn't seem like a shyster, and neither does Ted DiBiase, to be honest with you. So I'm going to say you know why Mississippi's the poorest state in the country.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's what it said right there in the article.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, gotcha. I didn't look at the headline, but fair enough. Or maybe I glanced at it there. Football is officially back, though, man. I'm excited. Joseph C. said Brett Favre is a douche, using welfare funds for speeches he didn't even show up to. How is he allowed to do that?
There were 34 other people who were involved in that.
Yeah,
Something's weird.
Something's fishy.
Something's not adding up.
Maybe it was somebody at the top who said, oh, we're going to handle everything for you. And they contacted the DiBiase's, the Brett Favre's, and said, we're going to do this for, and we'll find out more. And here's the thing. I just hope his name, if he didn't do anything wrong, I hope, or if he was, not knowledgeable as to the inner workings of these, I just hope his name's not being dragged through the mud for doing nothing wrong. But Joseph Cece at Scherzer's pitched on Sunday against the Rockies. Thank you,
lost.
Joseph. I had forgotten. That's right. He had lost.
2-1.
Stephen S. said,
no, 1-0, I think.
We couldn't put up any run support. Yeah. That was a home game for us, too. Stephen S. said, also, to answer your question from yesterday, yes, I did change my profile picture. Don't get me wrong. The last one I used will have a special place in my heart, but it's a new season. New me, right?
Why not, Stephen? Go for it. Nice hooded. Looks like he's got a nice hooded jacket there or something.
There it is.
Looking sharp.
Bean Bean says, TJ looks different. Does he usually wear a hat?
No, he shaved.
No, I just shaved. Oh yeah, I guess I always had the beard on. Yeah, that's right.
Shaved.
Drew L says, TJ, are you excited to be skating soon again at the Islanders training camp? Oh wow, at Islanders training camp. I didn't know I got an invitation. You're gonna need to be Lane Lambert's anchor on defense and to get yourself another all-star nomination. Holy shit. Do you know what Drew L's trying to say about me? Is he saying I'm like Noah Dobson? Or I guess Noah Dobson hasn't been in the All-Star game.
Maybe
Drew L, are you saying I'm like Adam Pellick?
That is exactly what he's saying.
Drew?
I think he's referencing your sculless coverage there.
God almighty. I was trying to hope that any other defender was was nominated for an all-star game, but on the Islanders defensive core, but I guess not. Holy shit, Grumpy. Are you going to pound that? God almighty, brother.
Stop complaining, please.
I'm not complaining, but damn. You must have put some salt on that pizza, man. Joseph C. said, can't wait till Ohtani is wearing the orange and blue in 2024.
Should have been orange and blue in 22. That's what it should have been.
I wish.
Now, see, if they would have traded for him, I'd love their chances.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani's fantastic. One of the best pitchers in the game. I'd say, right? Ohtani probably pitcher, right? You'd say he's a guy who's top 10, top 20 pitcher in the MLB. and or maybe top 20 pitcher in the MLB.
Maybe.
And as a batter, he's a guy who's probably top 20, top 25 in the MLB.
Yeah, great dual threat, without a doubt.
He's 101. Shohei Ohtani, the only player in MLB history to hit 30 home runs and record 10 pitching wins in the same season.
Well, it's because he does two different things.
Okay. Here's the thing. Making his case to be a Hall of Fame caliber player, he just every single day he gets closer and closer. Even though he's had such a short span in the actual MLB, and he played many years overseas in Japan, I still think he's in a situation where he could really solidify his chance. 2 or 3 more really dominant seasons, and I think he's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame just because of what he's done. He's so special.
Okay. I know you're pumping up for the whole. I know you're pumping up.
Okay, is that response okay?
I can't get into another Hall of Fame discussion with a guy who's played 3 or 4 years in the league. I just can't do it.
He's played 5 seasons in the league.
Life is too short for me to get into another debate on a guy playing 4 years in the league because he was hurt. He was out almost one whole year. I can't get into that debate again with you. Not now. Maybe in the throes of summer when there's nothing else but baseball to talk about, that's fine. We have other things to talk about. I'm not going to get sucked in to another battle of the giving guys Hall of Fames after 2 or 3 years in the league. Can't do it.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I won't talk Hall of Fame. Let me talk something else. Who wins the AL MVP, Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani?
Depends on how many home runs Aaron Judge hits.
He's at 51 now, right?
If he breaks the American League record and the Yankees win division, I think he'll win. I'm not saying he's the best player in the American League. Like, how many years did Mike Trout not win? Playing for a losing team is not conducive to winning MVP awards. Mike Trout has come in, I think, second 5 times. And he's been the best player in baseball for a decade. And I think he's only won 3 MVPs. I mean, winning has a lot to do with it. Those are just facts.
Aaron Judge, Grump, can you fix that mic too as I'm talking here? Aaron Judge leads the AL in on base percentage, leads the AL in on base plus slugging, leads the AL in home runs, leads the AL in RBIs. I'm sorry, leads the major league in RBIs, leads the major league or leads the AL also in runs. He's had fantastic season, Grump. And it's tough. It's a tough decision, right? Because I'd say this is Shohei Ohtani's best year to date, right? You talk about, hey, he's always been a guy who's hit for power. He's hitting like 270 this year. Has 30 home runs again. Last year he had 46, but he's at 30, so he's on pace. 82 RBIs, 75 runs. He'll be right in that same category this year. And the pitching stats again have been short of fantastic once more. It's just it's really hard not to say, hey, he doesn't deserve MVP every year, but what Aaron Judge has done this year is short of fantastic too, right? ERA for Shohei Ohtani 2.67 this season.
You do realize that a month and a half ago you were saying, no way Shohei Ohtani doesn't win MVP. No way.
Well, no way. It was always going to come down between Aaron Judge and Ohtani. We always said that.
You said he was winning, no doubt about it. And I say, well, like I always say, let's wait till the season plays out a little bit. And again, the fact that he plays for a team that's really bad hurts his MVP chances, just does. And remember, everybody voted for him last year. So now you're probably going to have a little bit of, well, yeah, he did that last year. This is what he does every year. So I think they're going to knock him down a peg for that as well, regardless of how deserving he might be.
A 2.67 ERA pitching, 176 strikeouts already year to date for this season. Right, he'll end the season with over probably 200 strikeouts. He'll end the season with a sub-3 ERA. He's already got over 30 home runs. He'll have 100 RBIs, 100 runs, and he's hitting 270. Holy shit, man. It's special. But what we've seen on Aaron Judge is special too. That's why it's just so tough. I don't know. I guess I got to hear. We'll see in the comments what are you sighing about, Grump?
You're exasperating.
How am I exasperating?
Aaron Judge is going to win it. If he breaks the home run record, the American League home run record, he's not breaking Major League record. If he breaks the American League home run record, which is 61, he'll win. He will. He plays for a team that's one of the favorites to win the World Series. He's going to win it. Your team has to be good as well.
You think he can break the AL home run record, though, is the question. He's got 51 right now.
I don't know. I'm not rooting for him.
About 30 games left in the season. Got about 30, 32, 33 games left in a year. He needs another 13 home runs.
I'm not rooting for him to break the record. I can tell you that much.
Really? Why not?
I'm just not. I'm not rooting for him. I like the fact that Roger Maris still has that record. I knew he was clean. I don't know if Aaron Judge.
Oh, are you kidding me? Now you're going to start trying to malign Aaron Judge's name by saying you don't know if he's clean or not.
That's all I said. I don't know if he's clean. I didn't say he was dirty. I don't know if he's clean. I know Roger Maris was. That's all I'm saying. I think every player in Major League Baseball still takes something. Every single one. They're just too big. They're all too big. You cannot be that big and go through the grind of the Major League season and, just stay huge like that. I'm sorry. No. You're taking something. I'm not saying that it's illegal. They're absolutely doing some type of supplements, without a doubt.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm going to tell you again, just look at any film from the 1980s and look at today's film. It's like these guys are like freaking linebackers, all of them. You have to work out a lot to stay jacked like that all year long. And the whole thing is when you're traveling from city to city all the time, night game is tough to get workouts in to stay that big.
You know what, man? You just wouldn't understand. Aaron Judge is a Hall of Fame type of guy. That's all it is, Grump.
Next topic.
Drew L said, TJ, did you see the Batman video I sent you? Yes, I did. It was like a whole bunch of made in quick. I did sound a little bit like Batman for like 2 seconds. I liked it. Stephen S said Poe the Raven getting injured may be a sign of things to come for the 2022-2023 Ravens team, similar to the 2021-2022 team where they were all injured and held back. Maybe I think he meant to say, like the book The Raven, Nevermore. I tell you,
the Ravens have the record for winning the most consecutive preseason games, 23 in a row, I think.
I'm shocked by that. It's like they take pride in winning preseason games. That's an odd one.
Yeah, I bet the fans wish, well, why don't you do that in regular season?
They've been a very successful team.
Yeah, they're good. I don't like the Ravens. I don't like them. I don't like their uniforms. I just don't like them.
Why not?
I don't like them. I just don't. When Brady was playing for the Patriots, I don't like how they treated my boy.
So there it is.
I don't like the Ravens. I've never liked the Ravens. I hate the name. I hate the uniforms. I'm glad Poe got a knee job. Hey.
Did they say something mean to Tom Brady? And that's what.
And it seems like their stadium. If you ever watch night games at their stadium, it's like they don't even put the lights on. Seems like very dark. Some fields are just not lit well. Well, Baltimore just seems dingy.
Brian J says late ? Yeah, we're never late. Brian J also says let's go Mets, and the Knicks dodged a bullet by not giving up all those draft picks. Absolutely, it's just. I think they're playing with fire. The Cavaliers are, but I guess to each their own, right, Grump?
That's right. They got the established player, a young established player who's going to be there for who knows how many years.
Frank K said, great 3-game series between the Mets and the Dodgers. Alonso looks tired. This happened to Daniel Murphy in the World Series in 2015 versus Kansas City. Murphy carried the team, then was shot by the World Series. Was that the year where he came on where it was like Daniel Murphy in the regular season? And it was just kind of like,
And even early in the playoffs, he was hitting home runs every day.
Yep. And yeah, he had and that's what he had that really good year. The next year, I think he played fantastic. Or was he already by the Nationals?
They let him go, and he went to Washington.
Okay.
And he was great with Washington. He played well for another.
It was like 2 or 3 years. He was really fantastic for. He was a guy, for whatever reason, it just took him like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years to find power in his swing. You know what I mean? That to alter the swing to where he brought power to the table.
Yeah. Daniel Murphy was a consummate professional. I hated when the Mets let him go.
It's unfortunate. They definitely could have ponied up. Drew L said Mitchell will be a Nick. Knicks will be a Nick once his 3-year end once his 3 years end in Cleveland. I'm predicting that now.
3 years is a long time. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Didn't they bring Donovan Mitchell's father in to be a coach on the Knicks?
He got fired this afternoon.
Did he really? Or
I
you just
know.
bullshit me?
No,
Okay.
I'm just
Honestly, it wouldn't shock me. I figured that's the reason why they brought him there is to have the pull. But maybe I guess they're going to sink further and further into that gamble and say, okay, God damn it, I guess we're going to have to go ahead and keep him on the books here for another 3 years as an assistant coach to make sure we get his kid coming after that.
That's not happening. I guarantee he will not be there in 3 years. No way.
Okay. Joseph C said, I know the Knicks have a lot of draft capital, but they are over the cap, and they will be next year as well. I don't see how they can do anything but spin their wheels as they play in best or as they play in team at best.
That's what happens when you get caught on the hamster wheel. The way to, particularly the NBA, you almost have to bottom out before you can come back up. If you're on that little hamster wheel where, okay, we're 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th in the conference every year, you can never draft high enough to, get a stud talent. Let somebody just
occasionally.
Yeah, very, very rarely. And you need at least 3 superstars on each team. And
finding it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And unfortunately, that's the way it is in the NBA. You got to really bottom out to become good again.
The likelihood of you finding a guy like Draymond Green in the second round or Klay Thompson or Steph Curry kind of in a middle first round is not very likely. For the most part, you're right. You do have to bottom out. You're going to have to be in one of those, not even just a lottery selection. You're going to have to be like, I'm a top 3 or top 5 pick for multiple years in a row. And you got to hit on those picks. I always think about the Hornets, Grump, your hometown team. They're a team that missed on multiple of those early selections and those lottery selections, and ever since they've been like on the the treadmill and to mediocrity. Right? They did find and identify a few guys who've been very talented in those middle selections, like Ball like Lonzo Ball dropping to them, or was it? I'm sorry, LaMelo Ball dropping to the Hornets. I was shocked when it happened, and it was a great selection by them. I was like, oh my God, fell right into their laps, and he's a guy who's like, hey, I'm going to be one of the stars in the league to come.
So when it's time for him to become a free agent, what's he going to do? He's going to leave and go somewhere else. He'll be forced to trade him.
You don't think they'll be able to put the team around him to be successful?
No.
I'm sorry, LaMelo. Yeah, LaMelo Ball.
No, not with Michael Jordan in charge. No.
Wow.
He doesn't know what the hell he's
doing.
No
faith in LaMelo Ball?
No faith in Michael Jordan, putting guys around him to become a better team.
I think of it like this. I think LaMelo Ball is going to be able to gloss over a lot. Anytime you've got a superstar in the league like that, and I think he's going to be a budding superstar. His rookie year was really great. The second year, he took a big step forward. I think this is a guy that you could be saying, hey, he's putting up 20, 25, or 25-ish points a game, who's around 10 assists, and he's one of the guys who's a premier point guard. I'm not saying they're going to be the best team in the league, but I'm going to say they're going to be able to find those, these secondary pieces to put around him. Michael Jordan has put money into the team.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
How do you explain Gordon Hayward? They've signed guys, they've signed players to try to improve that team. They
traded for Gordon Hayward.
They gave him a huge contract when he got here, didn't they?
Okay.
Hold on. They traded for Gordon Hayward. Are you sure on that? And they didn't go ahead and sign him in free agency?
I don't believe they signed him in free agency. But here's the thing. It's not like he's invested money in the team. That's the one guy. That's the exception that proves the rule. And they only got him.
Who was the center? There was another center or power forward that did too. Yeah, Gordon Hayward, they gave him a 4-year, $120 million contract. That was as a free agent.
Yeah, so that's not breaking the bank. That's just standard price for anybody.
$30 million a year is standard price.
Look at how much money the big players in the league get. They all get that.
So they signed a big name player. That's my point.
Okay. I just, like I said, throughout his ownership, they haven't done that. That's the one guy. I'd forgotten about him. And what difference?
Center. What the hell is the name of the center?
What difference did it make? when he came in? What difference? And he played with LaMelo Ball. What was the difference?
He's still here. Yeah, he's still there on a contract.
Did they qualify for the playoffs?
They had the play-in game, remember, and LaMelo Ball was high, I think, the day before, the day of. He was smoking the morning of, and he was posting on social media, and people were like, why are you getting high before the game? So, there's definitely some growing up to do on LaMelo Ball's side.
But they didn't make the playoffs.
That's correct.
I mean, so you had two guys, and I think they're both good, but I don't think either one is a stud. They're not Shaq or
Shaq was the most dominant center in that short time period in the history of the game.
They're not what I would consider top 5 type players in the NBA. They're not Jason Tatum's or Durant's or James in their prime. They're not like that. They're really good complementary pieces. If they had a stud, they'd be in good. I mean, a real stud. And that's
LaMelo Ball is going to be the real stud, Grumpy.
What I'm saying, LaMelo Ball to me is like a 2 or a 3 for the top. They need a number 1 guy. That's what Charlotte Hornets need. Are they the Hornets again? I think they're the Hornets again. They need the number 1. I don't know. They change their freaking name all the time. Who knows? Who cares?
He became the Hornets again back like 10 years ago.
Yeah, whatever. Here's the thing. You know how I know that? Because when they were the Bobcats all those years, I kept on calling the Hornets. I finally converted to Bobcats and they changed it back to Hornets.
Oh, man. Stephen S. says, fun fact about this photo that he uses my profile picture. I was in Vegas back in March, and I got the take a photo of a welcome to Las Vegas sign with my custom Golden Knights jersey.
See, I thought that was a Knights jersey, but I'm like, well, but he's a Green Bay Packer thing. Maybe and I looked at the hoodie. I'm like, well, gosh, maybe it's
he's a Milwaukee Admirals fan, Grumpy. And he says, worst part about taking the photo was there was a long line. The stand next to the sign. I just said, screw it. I took a photo of the sign off to the side of the road with my Knights jersey in the frame.
Overcoming and adapting. Good job.
I always wondered how long it is for like those places that are like picturesque, how long you have to wait online for those type of items just to get the picture of that saying, I was there. Okay, so you just didn't fucking listen to a word I said and dicked around. What were you doing?
I read a comment that's like big news if it's true.
Why don't you fucking pay, Grumpy? Why don't you
You'll
pay?
know the comment. You'll know the comment when you hit it. It's very, very important.
I'm glad. Why don't you just go ahead and read them all then, Grump, if that's what you're so transfixed on?
I'm not transfixed.
I'm just talking to you and you're not listening.
I just happened to see one comment. That's all. One comment.
Grumpy is like a freaking like a goldfish, man. Sometimes I swear,
like a goldfish.
Hey, don't even look at the comments. Don't focus on anything else.
I never look at the comments.
When you have to do something on the computer, you go. And you don't pay attention in either because you can't multitask. B. Bean says, I apologize, gentlemen. College football is the only sport I watch. B. Bean, we are in for a fantastic week 1. I know. That's all I'm going to say. Joseph C. said, who do you guys think will be the sleepers in college football this season?
Won't be the University of Pittsburgh.
I think I told you. I think the University of Pittsburgh is not a top 25 caliber team. I don't like Slovis, the quarterback. He's meh. The offensive coordinator, Cinetti, was like, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But I think Penn State, I don't know what they're doing tonight against Purdue. I think Penn State is a team that can sneak their way into a top 25 spot. They didn't have a good season last year, but the Big Ten they play a lot of close games. And I mean, a lot of close games. I think they're a potential sleeper. Auburn. I think Auburn is a potential sleeper. Bo Nix has come back for that senior season. I could see Auburn as being a potential sleeper. It's the SEC.
For me, potential sleeper is University of Southern California.
No, they're 14th in the nation. How could they be a potential sleeper? You're fucking high. You're freaking high. You're high as a damn kite. You just freaking love Lincoln Riley. If you could just sip and smoke and breathe Lincoln Riley in every freaking breath you have, you would do so.
I'm just saying from where they were last year, I think they're a sleeper coming into the season. Preseason rankings don't mean anything.
So 14th. There's a sleeper. They're a sleeper at number 14.
Sleeper for the championship round. The College Bowl Championship
College
Series.
Football Playoffs, Crumpy.
Whatever
Thank you for playing. It's only been around for
the Final Four. They change the names on that shit all the time, too.
No, it's always been a college football playoffs after the BCS championship. The BCS National Championship.
Too many damn letters. I could say whatever. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, Jesus. Brian J says, go rush Notre Dame. Beat that trash Ohio State. The trash comes out of Ohio State, he says.
Wow. I guess he's not a fan of Ohio State.
If you can read this, you made it to Ohio State. Oh, Brian J. Not
this is, if you can read this, you're a graduate student at Ohio State.
Oh, looky there, Grumpy. Looky there. Goon says, TJ, please pull up the preview of Rob Zombie's upcoming Monsters movie. It will leave Grumpy speechless.
I heard it was brutal. I think Jeff Daniels is playing Herman Munster. I heard it was brutal. I always loved in the Munsters how Marilyn, who's like the hot blonde chick, they always said that, she had a deformity. They thought she was deformed.
Oh, man, it does not look good. I'm just telling you, based off of the way it looks to me on the outside looking in, Grumpy, it's not looking good.
Do 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 do.
Here it is. I'm just gonna say, at least how CGI has come a long way. Put you like this, Grumpy. Let me go ahead and press play.
This from what is this? Universal Studios?
I assume.
Yeah, there you go. What's wrong with that? It looks good. A little black and white action.
Rob Zombie, the director of House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween, and The Devil's Rejects, brings you the great.
So, what are we working with here? Halloween, The House of a Thousand Corpses,
not the original
Halloween, exactly, and The Devil's Rejects. So that's the type of producer we have there on that. The director.
I thought his Halloween remake was okay. I'm not a big fan of Rob Zombie. I thought he used to be a singer.
I didn't even know he existed until right now. I'm just looking at the looking at the names of those movies.
I thought he was a music.
I don't know anything, but those movies sound like they're almost like Sharknado.
I think he was a music guy, and they're all remakes. House of the Thousand Zombies, that's a remake. What was the other one? I don't remember what the other one was.
House of a Thousand Zombies, Halloween, and then The Devil's Rejects.
I think they're all remakes of other movies. And like I said, I always thought Rob Zombie years ago was a musical artist, and now he just directs these
fantastic films.
Greatest love story ever told.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
I don't know who he is.
The brain of a super genius.
You said you can't hear Grump?
No, I said I don't know who that is. Who that character is, Wolfie.
Okay. Well, we'll watch it here. I'm sorry. I'll put a play.
Transplanted into the body of a perfect physical specimen.
I want a man that makes my blood run cold. A man that every time he enters my crypt, it's like a stake through my dead black heart.
I can whip you up a humpy down in the leg.
Grandpa.
Oh no. Remember what happened last time?
He was battered.
Lily's dad.
I better go.
Okay.
That's
a vision.
Kelly Lee.
True love. What exactly do you want?
Is Herman Munster in there?
Oh boy.
Holy shit. I'm getting cringe bumps all over my body with how miserable this movie looks. Oh my God. It would be a movie that you have to watch. We're only about a minute in, and I'd have to hit pause so many times because I'm like, my body wants to freaking crawl out of my intestines want to crawl outside of my skin because it's just so hard to watch. My God.
Actually, that's She-Hulk. That's the reaction if you watch She-Hulk.
And this movie too. My God.
Yeah, I heard it was.
Yes, Grump?
I heard it was not good. Like I said, I don't know who the stars are, but I know who they're supposed to be.
Okay, gotcha.
I laid eyes on you that you were special. I understand if you don't feel the same. I'm just a regular gal living a boring, normal life.
The acting is so shitty. Oh, baby, look at that pause on the CGI. That looks good. But I'm like, the acting is hideously bad.
I didn't realize that Herman was like, she's like really going after him. She wants him big time. She's definitely making the first, second, and third move on Herman.
If there's one thing I know, is that the rest of the world melted away. As soon as you appeared in my mind.
It seems Miss Lily is truly in love.
Oh, come on, you know, and I know that we gotta get rid of that bozo Herman Mustard.
Oh my god. Oh my god, don't this look so shitty? Have you seen enough of this yet?
Dun-dun-dun. I want to see if they got Marilyn in there, the hot blonde.
Okay. You got 20 seconds left of that.
Greetings from Transylvania. That's a strange way of saying hello.
Dude, it's almost like it's a freaking children's movie. Like that's the type of shit you'd see like on a 5-year-old little like cartoons. Like, oh, the kid goes, haha, that's funny. Oh my god, Jesus.
Guess we're gonna have to get used to it.
Nope, but hey, it comes out this month, Grumpy. That's all we've got there.
I can't wait to see it.
Are you going to see it in theaters? Is it even going to go to theaters, or does it go straight to streaming services? It used to be like straight to DVD, but now it's straight to streaming services.
Yeah, I don't know what the release schedule is for it.
Christ Almighty, God Almighty, Grumpy, that is
the music is woo
Stephen S says Notre Dame needs to put in Rudy if they want to beat Ohio State. Also, I can confirm I got to visit Notre Dame's campus. It was cool. It was cool. I even got to play a game of hockey on their practice rink, Grump.
Nice, very nice. Stephen making the rounds.
I was about to say South Bend. I mean, that's a college town right there. I mean, Notre Dame, that is definitely a college football town. That's for certain.
That's for certain.
Joseph C. said, I know Texas and Oklahoma care about money, but the move to the SEC is an awful one. Texas already struggles. It's going to get worse.
I disagree that it's a bad move.
The
reason why I say that is because you're seeing they were the first teams to do it, right? So what that started then was the mass exodus from certain conferences that are going to be moot in a couple of years, or they won't be looked at as a Power 5 conference. You're going to have like a Power 2 conference is what it's going to wind up being, maybe 3. And you're seeing now those conferences scrambling to pick up the Cincinnatis, the other lesser known teams, the James Madisons, to try to fill in their ranks because they're losing big name schools. I'm not saying I don't like it as a college football fan, but that's the wave of the future. Unfortunately.
B Bean says, Grumpy, Fickle does not like money. And preach, Grump.
Yeah.
Sorry, TJ. I agree with Grumpy on this one. B Bean, it's okay. It's okay. Stephen S says, even though I'm not proud of what Favre has done recently with the whole scandal, I think it's actually accurate to his character from when he played football. He was a Mississippi gambler after all. Oh, shit.
True.
That's true.
True.
That's true. Jeff E says, Favre, come on. It's Favre. Come on, man. This Favre, I mean, like, I guess everybody just thinks that he's, hey, the gambling man. Okay.
Yeah, there's too many people involved. I think Mississippi messed something up.
I don't know. We'll have to find out. Brian J says, have you guys listened to Joe Rogan's podcast? Aaron Rodgers was on it. The NFL is scum. Unreal. I did. I listened to certain bits of it, and he was high on Percocets and stuff like that. So he said
the podcast.
No, he's played NFL games high on Percocet before.
I'm not surprised at all.
He was talking about how, like, I know that all the rounds made about like the vaccine. He's like, they brought some NFL stooge in there, and he kind of went off on that. It was kind of funny when he's talking about it. And I mean, Joe Rogan's, freedom of choice there regarding whether you want the vaccine or not. And that was not at the time period last year. Remember, it was a big no-no. He said it was BS that the team, that the media propagated, it was BS that the team thought that He didn't have his he wasn't vaccinated because they brought the stooge per Aaron Rodgers, and he was asking him all these questions. It was pretty well known that he was not vaccinated. Stephen S says here, wait, I'm watching Penn State versus Purdue halftime show, and Urban Meyer's on the panel. Why is he even here? Does the Big Ten not know what he's done last season with the Jags? This is ugly.
He got a job right, and you knew he was going to get another commentator job like he was before. That's what he done. That's what he did last time he left college ball, right? He wound up going on the show, right? Because he was what was his issue? He was burned out. He was never going to coach.
Heart, and then I think it was he needed to spend time with his family, and then maybe
that was last year, was spend time with the family.
It's so many of these bullshit excuses where I can't keep up with them from Urban Meyer.
He's a really good college football coach, though. Really good.
Because he can cheat and bend the rules. I'm not even sure how he would be now as a college football coach. Really not.
He'd be good.
At the same level as he was. I mean, those Florida teams were fantastic. They were, best teams in the nation year in, year out, Heisman Trophy candidates all the time. And it's the same thing with those Ohio State teams.
He's a great college football coach.
That was before NIL. That was before NIL was around where he could pay everybody under the table. Now that you can pay everybody in open, it's a little different.
No, he'd be even better. Even better.
Okay. Steven Grump, you gotta fix that mic, my friend.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with the mic.
I hear going, and it's just rolling on your. Can you not have a shirt that like fits your body instead of it being all like rumpled? Hold on? Do you remember the commercials where it was like it would be like Michael Jordan and this stoogey looking fella, and he's got bacon neck because his shirts are all crinkled up like that instead of having a shirt that Grumpy. I'm gonna buy you some shirts. I'm gonna get you some shirts, Grump. We can get rid of the bacon neck on the shirt.
Not a bacon neck because it's clipped.
No, your shirt's bacon necked.
If I take no, it's not. It's because I got the thing clipped because you're a pain in the ass.
Why don't you just go ahead and put it on the. There you go. Look at that. Looky that, Grumpy. That's perfect. Look at that. Now speak.
I'd rather not.
Oh, this is perfect. It sounds even better than before. Steven, I said, also, yeah, I'm wearing my Milwaukee Bucks sweatshirt underneath my golden Knights jersey, my profile picture. Unfortunately, green is not a good color to complement shiny, bright colors like the Knights.
No, that's fine. I just saw the colors and I was a little perplexed.
The Wicked 50 Cal says, what's going on, guys? What's up, Wicked 50 Cal? Frank K said Giselle left Brady. She didn't want him to come back. This could be the last year no matter what.
I think this is his last year.
Hold on, did Giselle really leave Tom Brady?
I have no idea. She's better off without him. He's better off without her. That's for certain.
They're both better.
Tommy, I do not want you coming into this house. Your voice is not as deep as mine. Look at your hands. You have little woman hands compared to me. I got the big man hands. I am Giselle.
Is that how she speaks to him?
She's a bitch.
Is that just because? Is that because she affects your boy Tommy Brady? She affects Tom.
She has a negative. She's a negative influence on him. Like if you went to Scientology, she'd be one of those.
The Grand Ministers.
No. I don't know. Suppressive personalities.
I don't know, Grumpy.
I don't know. Somebody they don't like. If you don't toe the company line.
She's one of the people who defects. Oh man,
she don't look like a defector. I don't know what she is.
Goon says, TJ, please fill in the rest of this song lyric. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. Boom, Goon. That's how you sing it. I'm gonna pick up a singing job after that little performance.
Here's the thing: the only reason he knows that because not too long ago I sang that song.
Bullshit! I know that song. Everybody knows that song, Grump. Everybody knows that song. Come on.
Who sings it? Who
Aerosmith.
sings it? Wrong. Thanks.
AC/DC.
Who?
AC/DC.
Wrong.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, we know that. It's Kiss.
A Kiss. Okay, fair enough, Grumpy. Brian J said that everyone can make.
Everyone knows that song. Everyone knows that song.
I don't know who sings it. I don't know the members of Kiss. I don't give a shit about that. Who cares?
I didn't ask you for the names of the members of Kiss. I just said what band sang that song.
I know the song, Grumpy. What can I say? Brian J says everybody can make fun of the Knicks, but they are trending upwards. Randall coming off the book soon.
Man, he's a guy who should have been so much better than he was. Another guy.
Got a comment here. Alexander saying, "Hey guys, how are you both doing, man? Doing well. My work schedule is crazy. I'm trying my best to work and listen to you guys and comment. Thanks, Alexander, for tuning in. Thank you as always, my friend.
Alexander's great. We love Alexander.
Absolutely. And Fournier will get traded, says Brian J.
Again.
Drell sent us a fan fight. Oh, it's a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's a little hockey one. Yep. One more thing.
What about that fight that I sent you? Are you going to show that one?
Penn State up 21-17. There it is. And also, nice comeback by the Mets today, says James F. Andrew L. saying, Grump, did you see that Winnie the Pooh horror movie trailer?
I have not. Why?
You saw the picture of it, right?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm like, why?
We showed it on this show. I showed it to you.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yes, Winnie the Pooh.
No, you never did.
Yes, we did. Holy shit, your memory's gone flat. I didn't show you the trailer of the movie, but I showed you the pictures of the characters, and it was bad.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. We didn't see the trailer. I'm just, again, why? Why are they doing that? Be creative. Pretend like someone who has a creative bone in their body, not just trying to bastardize something that's already been done.
Because they need a Winnie the Pooh horror film, Grumpy. That's why.
Because they cannot create anything. They want to take the whole Disney canon and just kill it all. Destroy it with their bastardized versions of classic film characters.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood.
Herman Munster and Winnie the Pooh. What's next?
Oh shit! The trailer came out one day ago. It's the official trailer. Hold on a second, Grumpy. Oh, this will all be good. Let me lower
it's a trailer show today. I like that.
I was about to say we got two trailers.
I love watching movie trailers. I do. It's funny because whenever I go to the movie, like with the warden or even with my son, not TJ, I watch the trailer and I look up. Oh, that looks good. We'll go see that, or we won't go see that. Trailers have a big impact on if we're going to see a movie or not.
Let me ask you this. Now, I want you to tell me at the end of this 2 minutes and 7 seconds if this is a movie that you say, yeah, I'm going to see.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. No, the answer is no already.
Hold on. You haven't even seen the trailer. Give it a chance.
It's not even Disney.
You know, you're the first person I ever shown this place to.
Why am I so special?
Because soon we'll be Christopher and Mary Robin. You should be close now.
We're
Is
not
that the girl from Game of Thrones?
Will.
Arya Stark? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We were friends for many years. And they're out there.
100 Acre Woods. The beloved childhood characters.
Christopher, we need to leave.
That's Christopher Robbins.
I really need to find out what's happening, okay?
Hope they both
Have
get
been
their heads.
abandoned by Christopher Robin.
I hope they both get their heads fucking cut off. You want to mess with our characters?
This place is kind of cold. Did you say how's it cool?
Uh-oh.
We need to go. The Laura's dead. There's someone else outside. What was that?
Holy shit, Grumpy. That looks...
Why are you doing this, please? I would have never left that swear, I
So this is what it is. They're upset that Christopher Robbins left Grumpy, and now they're not happy when he came back.
Christopher Robin, not Christopher Robbins.
Oh, Jesus
Christopher
Christ.
Robin.
Semantics. Now we're going down the semantic trail. Fucking stop.
It almost looks like Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Winnie the Pooh. I wonder if Disney has released the rights to Winnie the Pooh, because I'd be hard pressed to think that they would give permission for, because I didn't see their name up there anywhere. So I'd be hard pressed to see that they give permission to make a movie like that.
Maybe it's not Christopher Robin. That's Christopher Robbins, a different guy, Grumpy. It's not actually Chris.
Jesus.
James S. said, guys, you see that Wilson contract? The Denver Donkeys gave $249 million plus his own office.
49. No, I think it was 245 million. So it's $49 million a year for the next 5 years or 4 years?
Next 5 years, yeah.
5 years.
$65 million guaranteed.
I mean, wow. So he's now the highest paid quarterback in the league, right?
Quite a bit. He's getting quite a hefty contract coming.
Who's going to get 50? Who's going to get 50?
Who's next? Whoever has to sign their next contract. That's
Lamar Jackson. 50. Lamar Jackson still hasn't signed.
Lamar's getting 50 then, Grump.
And look at poor Tom Brady having to survive on 25 million.
Oh man, he's only getting 20. He's only got. How can he make $25 million stretch? With inflation, $25 million is the next $20.
You see who his wife is? That's why he needs to make all that money.
Oh no, Giselle makes more money than he does.
That freaking harpy. I could just imagine what that house is like. Her wearing old leather. Tommy, come over here, boy. It's me, your man, woman, Giselle.
Oh,
look at my hands. They are huge. No. You just know she's a freaking nag. And she's not pretty either. Not pretty at all.
She's a supermodel. What do you mean?
She's got a good body. She looks like a horse.
I can't even tell you I'm too familiar with what he looks like. Give me a second. Let me pull up. You talk so much shit about Giselle.
No, but you got to look at like recent pictures. I'm not saying when she was
Giselle's last name.
Bunchun. Just put Giselle Brady in there. Just type in Giselle.
Hold on. I'm almost
It'll
there.
pop up.
Holy shit.
Giselle. Okay. Not Gazelle. Giselle.
No, not Gazelle. Okay, it's Giselle.
G-I-S.
I've got it. Give me a sec. I'm not going to pull up a shitty looking picture of her because I know that's what
just
you want.
Just a recent one.
This is recent, I think.
I'm not talking about anyone where she's wearing wings. That's an old one. When she was like, the Victoria's Secret model.
Give me a second. Here it is.
I think she's overrated. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? You could do a lot worse than Giselle. That's all I'm going to say, Grump.
Yeah, okay, that's an old picture. That's a freaking old picture. I don't want a runway photo. That's an old picture. Look at her now, where she looks like a freaking sea hag. That's an old picture.
Christ almighty.
Look at those hands.
I think this is a current picture of her, but I'm not sure again because I can't tell.
I want Giselle.
I'm trying to go off of this based off of Tom Brady. Tom Brady looks like the hair was going back.
That's another kind of old one. Look at her.
Sorry, it's pixelated.
She's not aging. Look at those man hands. They're bigger than his whole shoulder. And she's even got the fingers crinkled up. I just don't think she's pretty. I'm sorry. And that's an old picture too. That's pictures like 4 or 5 years old. Show Giselle at the supermarket.
How shitty is it that you know exactly all these pictures? Grumpy's got everything freaking dated to where he's like, oh, I know when Giselle, how old he was, or how old she was here, and how old she was here. Who the hell knows?
I remember when he was wearing those silly costumes when he was still up in New England in the off season. And he looks silly like that, just silly. I want to see Giselle at the supermarket.
Here you go. This is one of her. This is a recent one because she's got a mask on her lower thing, but it's tough to tell, right? Because she's got that mask around her neck. So I know it's at least from 2020.
All right, let's see that.
There you go. She's not ugly.
Okay, she's doing a freaking talk show. So she's made up.
Stop. You know what I think of when I think of this?
What?
I think of the conversation Hillary Swank. Is Hillary Swank hot? Like they have on The Office, Grumpy. Get the hell out of here. We're arguing semantics.
Hillary Swank has a good body, but she is not pretty.
I think she's pretty.
She is not pretty.
Oh, my God.
She's got a butter face.
Shit. My gosh. Anyway, Andrew L says Michigan State is a sleeper, TJ and Grump. Come on now. I think so. I think Michigan State has the ability. I think those Big Ten teams, it's one of those, it's the toughest. I think it's the toughest conference behind the SEC. And I'd argue they are, really close to the SEC talent-wise. Really close. And it wasn't always like that. But I think they are really close. I think the ACC has a lot of teams that shouldn't be, that are rated in the top 25. I do think that's the case. Like, I don't see how Wake Forest is in the top 25. I don't see a Pittsburgh. I don't see a NC State. I think they got a lot of frauds that are in the top 25 for the ACC.
It's early. It's
It is. Stephen S. said, I'm going to side with Grumpy on this one. Damn. The Hornets are a overhyped team. By the time they make it to the play-in tournament or playoffs, they deflate like a balloon. They need help badly.
They're just a hamster mill. They're just a hamster wheel team. That's what they are. The guy in charge doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Brian J said those are some messed up movies. LOL.
They are. I mean, I can't remember the last time. I guess the best movie I've seen this year, Maverick was good. And Elvis was okay. It was good. A little bit long. But I thought the kid who played Elvis was tremendous. Those have been the two best movies I've seen this year.
James F saying, Grumpy, Rob Zombie is on tour.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Zombie makes remakes of Halloween were awful.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and they're all really dark. You think Halloween movies are dark? His are really dark.
James F said, Houses of 1,000 Corpses is great by Rob Zombie.
I'm just not a horror film guy like that. I mean, I like the Halloween movies, but I'll watch them every year. I watch the original Halloween. I still say it's the scariest movie I ever saw. Maybe just because of when I saw it. My brother and I went to a theater and it's like, holy crap, I was climbing out of my damn skin after that movie. It was the first movie where, at least that I know, where people came back to life after they were dead. And the music was great. Dun, 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 ding, 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 ding. Oh, man. And Jamie Lee Curtis was in that. She's hot.
Stephen S. said, why does this monster trailer look like something Disney would cook up in a lab during the early to mid 2000s, even though it looks like the worst film of all time? I'm not watching that film, Grumpy.
He says, even though he looks for the worst films of all time, he's not watching this one.
Oh,
I'm going to say,
even though I look for the worst, I'm sorry.
I heard it was terrible. And so I didn't even watch the trailer. Now I've seen the trailer. I'm intrigued.
James F said the monster first mistake was acting in color. Wait, there's Eddie Munster.
Where's Eddie Munster?
Where's Eddie Munster? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Eddie wasn't in there. And, Giselle, they could have made Giselle be Lily.
Oh, stop.
Or maybe Grandpa. But where's Marilyn? That's what I want to know. They said that she had a birth defect.
Drew L.
She was deformed.
Drew L says, yep, I'd much rather see the new One Piece movie when the dub comes out in theaters. Andrew L says here, Steven skated on that practice rink faster than average Anders.
He probably skates faster backwards than average skates forwards.
I said, I appreciate it, Andrew. Unfortunately, I'm not a very fast skater. Let's put it that way. I don't have enough ankle strength to give me that extra boost. So in other words, he was moving faster than average Andrew. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. And then Stephen S says here, plus, I'm on the autism spectrum, lower end there spectrum, thankfully. And apparently people like me have deformed muscles. Oh, fair enough there. But I'm sure you did still skate much faster, Stephen, than Anders Lee. Yeah, zoom right on by.
Even if you didn't, it still works for our narrative that you did.
It still works that you were zipping past him, Stephen, and you did. Gungun says, Rob Zombie used to be a singer of White Zombie, and he has been a solo singer since the late 90s. That Stinky Monsters film stars his wife as Lily and does not include Marilyn or Eddie. Holy shit. I would explain why her acting was miserable. I'm like, who the hell is that? Her acting looks awful.
I don't know, but she was, and I don't know. I thought Jeff Daniels was Herman, but looking at that film, I don't know who it was. And it looked like Captain Kangaroo was playing Grandpa. Can you pull a picture of Captain Kangaroo, TJ?
I didn't even. Oh, dude, that guy looked freaking ancient. Let me see. Captain Kangaroo. Give me a sec.
Captain Kangaroo. I think his name was Bob Ketchum. I think. But you just put up Captain Kangaroo, it'll come up. We used to watch him, and he has a little sidekick.
Dude, the sideburns. What is up with his freaking hair? Oh my God, that is the shitty part about it. What is up with this guy's hair, Grump?
Who, Captain Kangaroo?
Yes.
I have no idea. But yeah, he had. I mean, we used to watch that show all the time, the Captain Kangaroo show, and Mr. Green Jeans was on that show. I think he used to wear green jeans, but we only had a black and white TV, so I don't know what the hell color they really were. And I guess they had other characters. It's been a long time since. Yeah, that's it right there.
Look at those sideburns.
Captain Kangaroo.
Honestly, I couldn't even grow sideburns that thick and wide if I wanted to.
Maybe it was a hair piece.
Oh, you think so? Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Dude, it looks like it gels perfectly. They did a hell of a job.
And they had Mr. Green Jeans. I don't know who else was on that show, but man, it's been forever since I saw the Captain Kangaroo show. I couldn't even tell you what it was about, but it was definitely a kid's show. And we used to watch it all the time. And by the way, TJ, just to let you know, they have all of the Batman TV series on Tubi, TUBI, for free. And they're in high def. And they are just as freaking good as I remember, maybe better than I remember. You got to watch it. You got to do it.
Sorry, but Steven Tyler nor Brian Johnson sound like Gene Simmons. How do you mix that up? LOL. I don't even know. I know Gene Simmons is on. He's on Kiss, right?
Yes.
Or is he? Okay, gotcha. I know him. I couldn't tell you who Brian Johnson is, and I couldn't tell you who Steven Taylor was. Sorry, guys.
Tyler, not Taylor.
Tyler, sorry.
You don't know who Steven Tyler is or who he sang
with? The name
with?
now sounds familiar that you say it's Steven Tyler.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Even you'll be able to figure out. Those are the two bands you mentioned earlier. And those are the lead singers of those bands.
I know. It's I can't even remember the bands I mentioned earlier, to be quite frank. Shirley, I don't give a damn.
No.
Frankly, I don't give a damn.
Oh my God.
I thought that was a bit. Somebody posted yesterday. TJ, that has to be a bit. Please.
Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
Frankly,
and
Scarlett.
TJ thought it was from the movie Airplane. Pathetic. Subpathetic. Moronic. Submoronic.
Oh my God. Oh man.
So you don't know who Steven Tyler sings with or who Brian Johnson sings with?
No, I don't. God damn, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, which one?
Oh shit! We're moving on. We got a lot of shit to cover. James F says, "TJ, did you show Nemo's catch where he robbed the Dodgers home run that won the game for the Mets? If not, you could show it. Absolutely, I had it queued up. We were ready to show it. Grumpy, did you happen to see that fantastic catch by Brandon Nimmo? Grumpy,
I've seen better catches.
Okay, it was a really good catch. It was a really good.
I thought the Andy Chavez catch was better.
I was about to ask you that question next. I think the Andy Chavez catch was better, a much bigger moment, and what happened and transpired next made it even more important. Grumpy.
Turner drives one to center, chasing Nimmo back to the warning track right at the fence. He made the catch! Oh, whoa!
That's a good catch. I've seen a lot better than that.
That's a really good catch, though, right?
I didn't say it wasn't a good catch. It was a good catch. I'm just saying I've seen better. That's all I'm saying.
I got to see. Hopefully they show us in slow-mo here.
He took a home run away from Justin Turner. Wow.
Oh, my God. Did you see her face there? Oh, my God.
The fans were all geeked up.
Off the rest of the season. Turner drives one to center, chasing
Watch that
Nimmo
one more
back
time.
to the warning track right at the.
It's a hell of a catch.
I don't even know if it goes over the wall.
It does. It hits the orange and trickles over. That's a homer.
Maybe.
That's a homer. But you thought the Andy Chavez catch was better, though.
Way better. Way
Not
better.
just better, but way better.
Way better. I've seen thousands of catches better than that. I'm not saying it wasn't a good catch. I mean, it was, it's a good catch, but it's not going to go down in history as a great catch. It won't.
It'll go down as a really good catch. Sorry, Grumpy.
Oh, I thought there was
I'm pulling up the Andy Chavez catch of old. And here it is. Okay, give me a sec. Man, dude, this takes me back. I'm going to get goosebumps watching this from 2007, that NLCS. Oh, dude, my God. I really felt the Mets had a chance that year. My gosh. Oh, here it is.
After Scott Rowland. And Scott Rowland hits one into deep left field. Back at the wall. A leap. And a catch.
Actually, I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm going to remove it so it's easier for you to see because it's all the way at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Let me do this here for you, Grump.
In the deep left field, back at the wall, a leap.
That was a hell of a catch, though.
That ball's over the fence and he brings it back.
The double play. Oliver Perez. Holy shit, man. Look at this, though. No, never mind. That's a better catch. The Chavez catch, watching it in slow-mo, zoomed in, is a better catch.
That's well over the fence.
His glove, whoom, bends because of how it just gets it. Whoa, what a catch, man! What a catch!
You want to see a great catch? Pull up Ron Swoboda.
That's right. I forgot he barely got that snow cone on it too, Grumpy.
Pull up Ron Swoboda. That's all you need to do. Ron, R-O-N.
I just had to type Ron S. And because here's the thing, I'm telling you, all of your devices listen to you. Really quick conspiracy theory. I have never Google searched Ron Swoboda ever. I type Ron S. and Gromp says, type in Ron Swoboda. And that's the first thing that pops up. Ron. I didn't even, just Ron space, Ron Swoboda. The first freaking option in the queue. These devices listen to every word you say. Every single word.
Well,
every word. Big brother.
Well, maybe they just see you pulling up Mets catches, and that's, what they do it. Go ahead. Now watch this catch.
Okay.
It's Tom Seaver.
I was about to say, it looks like Tom Seaver on the mound.
Gil Hodges, the manager. Frank Robinson. What a freaking catch.
Hold on. Would you say that's better than the Andy Chavez catch?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No. Stop right now. Are you shitting me? That's better than the Andy Chavez catch.
Look at the position of his hand on his arm.
Okay, I'll watch again. Maybe. And here it is. It's in the World Series. Got to clean the mind out. Oh, maybe we're getting ready to watch a really good catch here. Okay, I'm getting psyched. Okay, let's watch. Putting myself in Game 4 of the World Series.
Make it a little bit slower.
Okay, I'll make it slow. Let's do this. I'll make it 25 times speed. I'll cut the volume on it too.
That's
he turns the glove and he pulls up with the catch. It's a good catch.
That's a tremendous catch. Tremendous.
It's a really good catch.
That's a for the moment, spectacular. And then comes up.
Does he throw the guy out at home? No, he doesn't even throw him out at home.
No.
Andy Chavez, better. Chavez catch, better. It's a hell of a catch. I'm not saying it's not, Grumpy, but that Chavez catch, hell of a catch, man.
I didn't say that wasn't a good catch.
I'm putting the Chavez catch over Andy or what is
Tommy Agee. Put in Tommy Agee.
Hey, watch this one. Tommy, watch this.
Tommy. There it is. It
was
right up there.
Tomm. First freaking thing that pops up. I'm telling you, these things listen to everything we say. Grumpy, okay. You know what? I want you to come up with something next that's not baseball related. Just say it, and we'll go ahead and see if this damn YouTube algorithm is like, oh, we're listening to every word you say. Watch what you say around these pieces of technology, ladies and gents.
There's the two catches. Do the one underneath. It just shows the two catches.
Okay, that sounds good. I put it large here for us. Yeah, sorry, I got a blast. Oh, freaking Patrick Mahomes. Man, I hate when they try to make him look like a hipster like that. Ugh.
Yeah.
I like Patrick Mahomes.
The worst thing he did was get married to that hillbilly and have that brother.
His high school sweetheart. Oh, you want me to? I'll leave it.
That's all right. Just let. Maybe it'll just be short. Who knows?
It's 30 seconds long. So
this was his home run. And Tommy Agee.
Okay, I don't need to see him hit a home run.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's a hit.
Elrod Hendricks was hitting there. He's a catcher. It's a long way to go for a center fielder.
Yep. Okay. He's tracking it.
Oh, you know how tough it is.
That's a look what I found here. I mean, that's
how tough it is to make that catch because that ball's tailing. That ball's tailing away.
He's tailing. He has that back.
Got to flip the glove the other way, underhand with it rotated around.
It's a hell of a catch. It's a hell of a catch.
And look at how far he ran.
I mean, he moved. He covered ground. It's a hell of a catch.
And is this?
Here's the next one.
That's Paul Blair, I believe. He's going the other way.
He's a hell of a
man. It looks like they had caverns of space out there, didn't they, at Shea Stadium?
Oh man, I'll tell you, Shea Stadium. Yeah. Well, hell, this is before they put the outfield fence out there at Shea. Nice catch. He covered ground.
He could cover ground.
His catch was still so special.
Yeah, it was.
So special.
Now, both of those catches.
I remember watching that live.
Both those catches, same day. Same game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Give him the Golden Glove of the day. That's for certain. Look what I've got here, baby.
And at the end, the next day, Bill Gallo used to print out in the Daily News, heroes and goats. He was the hero.
He should be. Hell of a job by him.
Cleon
Now,
Jones.
give me something random you want me to pull up. Just say something that you want me to. Another, not even MLB. Just a highlight you remember. It's like, oh man, like think about who is it, Grumpy? Let's just say Brian Bosworth when he got run over by Barry Sanders on the goal line.
It wasn't Barry Sanders. It was Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. I'm sorry, and I screwed it up here.
So just put down.
There's a lot of Brian Bosworth things, but let's see where this is.
Yeah, Brian Bosworth. Uh-oh. No, it's because of everything that you've been. Now there's Bosworth. He's the second thing, but it doesn't.
Okay. I'm wrong.
It's because of the things you've been entering previously. It kind of sees you're doing that history. That's why it does it.
I'm wrong. What can I say? Okay, I'm wrong.
But that doesn't say that your devices are not listening to you. They absolutely are.
Listen to
because
us.
sometimes mine pops up and says, "Oh, I don't understand that." I'm like, "Bitch, I wasn't talking to you."
Bitch, don't be getting lippy. Anyway, oh man, let's see here. Yes, we did here. Okay. Gungun says here, are the Yankees
Schlemiels
for not hiring
Walter Solmazo
at
Austin Pfeffer Incorporated. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Put Laverne and Shirley theme song up there.
Okay, let's see if this pulls it up. Okay, I'm going to show you the search here too. Give me a sec.
Laverne and Shirley theme song. Theme song. That was the second one. Second one.
Okay.
There it is.
A minute and 36 seconds. Damn, theme song. Got to kid me, Grump.
Hey, it's Adam from StreamYard. We have an exciting new feature to announce.
I'm sorry.
Which is now available.
Okay. Make sure it's on normal speed. Fantastic.
It's got to be normal speed.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Austin Pfeffer Incorporated.
Is that where Schlemiel was? Oh, God.
They work at the brewery. They were bottle capping. Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams.
Oh, man.
That's Frank. That's the big ragu. Carmine Ragusa.
This is like so. It just screams. Everything about this screams 80s, 70s, and 80s. Just
that's exactly what it was, man.
It's it perfectly encapsulates exactly like that shows. Like where he's like, I'm gonna hit you with the bat. Oh, ha ha ha! It's just my friend. Immediate like the change of like that is so freaking 70s, 80s. It's not even funny.
Now you're not even allowed to threaten anybody with a bat. What the hell's going on? But Carmine Ragusa, the big ragu. And they had Lenny and Squiggy. Lenny and Squiggy. They used to come in and go, hello.
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 James F. saying, Grumpy, there's a show that shows trailers. It's called Nothing But Trailers.
Yes, I know.
Stephen S. said, apparently Winnie and Piglet ate everybody in the film. Also,
8 Eeyore.
Or 8 Eeyore. I'm sorry. I don't know how the hell I just missed that word. I'm sorry. But 8 Eeyore in the film. Also, Tigger will not be in the film due to copyright. Regarding the other characters, no news has come out about them being in the film.
I just find it weird that Disney would let them do that.
And perhaps the copyright had expired. The copyrights are only valid for so long. I don't know. I don't know. An odd one. Drew L said Brady might need to retire. He looks like he has an eating disorder, but knowing that he's going to throw for 5,000 yards again and just make us all eat dirt.
Maybe he had plastic surgery. That's what I heard people in Boston saying that.
Dead ass. I had somebody tell me that. Some girl I work with today told me, he's like, oh, he looked like he had surgery. I'm like, what?
Feel like his jaw. He looks gaunt. He looks like
bad. He looks like shit.
He looks so thin. I bet you don't even weigh 200 pounds. That woman must be just Tommy.
Frank K letting us know Giselle is hot.
I didn't say she wasn't hot. I said she wasn't pretty. There's a difference.
Oh my God. It's like the exact freaking
but the whole thing is you don't want her man hands on you. It's like, ooh, Tommy.
How many more times are you say, ooh, Tommy? Oh my goodness. James F says here, which one is Tom Brady in the picture?
The one with the smaller hands.
I like that. Manfred S says here, the U is a football program on the way back to the top.
They got Mario Cristobal. I think he's going to be a great recruiter for the University of Miami.
It's going to take time. It's going to take about 2 or 3 years until I think they're a team that I'm competing for an ACC national champ, or I'm competing for the ACC conference.
They're not afraid to spend money down there in Miami.
I forgot to mention this. How the hell, let me ask you this. How the hell has Clemson squiggled its way into number 4 in the preseason rankings? I think that DJ Uiagalelei could not possibly be worse than he was last year. I think he takes a step forward. I always think that he's a solid quarterback, but 4th in the preseason rankings. That's just hey, we've liked what you've done over the last decade. Here's a number 4 spot.
I know the only reason that you know his name is because you've heard it before, because if you had to read it.
I used to cover those prospects.
I'm just saying, if you had to read his name, if somebody typed it in, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I knew how to pronounce his name before his even first college start.
Okay.
Trust me, it wasn't because I read his name and said, I'm an orator saying DJ Uiagalelei. I had to look it up. I had to say how to pronounce this guy's name, and I listened to it elsewhere. Can you give a Giselle DJ Uiagalelei for us, Grumpy?
What's his name again?
DJ Uiagalelei.
DJ Uiagalelei. I don't know his name. I can't say his name.
Andrew L says here, you still have got a more use at a Notre Dame practice rink than average Anders did. That's true. You did. That is true there. That's true. That's true, Stephen.
It was Jeff Daniels.
Stars, Grumpy. I'll let you read that.
Oh, Jeff Daniel Phillips. Maybe it's not Jeff Daniels. Sherry Moon Zombie as Lily Munster, and Dan Roebuck as Grandpa Munster. Yeah, Dan Roebuck, I know who he is. Oh, yeah. I thought it was Jeff Daniels. I guess it's not. Jeff Daniel Phillips. That kind of sucks you in. Say, oh, Jeff Daniels. Nope. They added a Phillips on the back end. And then Sherry Moon Zombie. You
know what I think we're going to do, Grumpy?
No.
And it may completely destroy. We may not have enough RAM on our computers, but we should. I honestly am now looking at it. It kind of would be fun on Monday to do, on Tuesday. Tuesday's the draft. On Tuesday to do a live stream during the draft.
What draft?
During the league.
Geez.
Could you imagine us on you can't be saying any potty mouth words, Grumpy. You got to keep your temper under control.
You mean like you do?
Yeah, you can't say any of those words. That's why I got rated plus 18.
Was that the reason?
No, I have no idea. No idea at all. It was a pretty fun experience there. The rink, I was at the rink during our Bantam tournament. I bet you that's a lot of fun too. It always is. Gungun says, Frank, which Kiss albums do you fancy? I'm a Hotter Than Hell, Rock and Roll Over, and Creatures of the Night kind of guy. And Grumpy, what about you?
I was never, I never, Kiss was okay, but I wasn't into Kiss like some of my friends. I never was. I like some of their tunes, but I was never a super huge Kiss fan. Never was. Their live album was really good. The double live album was good. But I didn't run up, I got to get a Kiss album. I don't think I have one Kiss album still. Maybe I have the double live. Maybe that's it. But I know I don't have any studio albums that they made. And I still have my vinyl.
Andrew L said the side view of the catch does it justice. Yeah, it does. That Andy Chavez fantastic. Andy Chavez catch means diddly. They lost the effing game. The Mets won the game. That had Nimmo's catch. Goon. That catch though. It's like the catch, that moment. I remember I was so pumped. I was like, holy shit, Andy Chavez.
It's a regular season game. And I'm not saying it was a bad catch. It was a good catch. But like I said, when they do top 100 catches all time, that's not in it.
You think Andy Chavez is a top 100 catch of all time? I think he's close.
Maybe.
CNS said that would have been a perfect time to play the "Yep, that's me" line when you could freeze frame that play on the Mets center fielder there, Robin Turner of the home run. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's me. Absolutely, the little memes they do it. Paulo C says, "Grumpy, my top 5 horror films are The First Omen, The First Exorcist, The First Carrie Halloween, Friday the 13th."
The Omen was a true horror film. Have you ever seen The Omen? No.
No, I only counted 4. Maybe I missed one.
The Omen, The Exorcist, Carrie, Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Oh, they're 2 separate ones.
Carrie. Yeah, Carrie was with John Travolta and Sissy Spacek. And that was a legitimately scary movie as well. Piper Laurie was in it. And The Exorcist was truly scary. It really was. And it was a horror film. Nobody got their heads cut off or any shit like that. Friday the 13th was certainly a slasher flick. Have you ever seen Friday the 13th, DJ?
Probably not.
Okay.
Is that the one with Jason or Freddy?
Does it matter? You've either seen it or you haven't.
Dude, by the way, there's going to be a play. I just got a message, Grumpy. There's going to be a play that is going up for review between the Pittsburgh, West Virginia game. 20 some odd seconds left. Not sure if it's a catch or not. 4th and 16. If West Virginia completed that, they're knocking on a doorstep about to tie the game up at the first. Maybe we're going to have our first overtime game of the college football season tonight, Grumpy. That would be something special.
Okay. Friday the 13th, the ending, it was scary. I'm just going to say it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
Hour and a half. And you just wonder, though, you see, that was typical 1980s as well.
Typical 1980s. Yeah, I can't see it. All I know is the one which one? Jason, he carries that. He walks so slow all the time. And they're like, and they just keep running.
That's Michael Myers.
Oh, hold on. Michael Myers is
Michael Myers is Halloween.
Okay. I know Freddy has the claws for fingers. I've never seen a Freddy movie. I just know he's got claws for fingers.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Okay. Stephen S. said here, the one catch that comes to mind that has to beat, that has to be the Keon Broxton home run robbery during the 4th of July weekend, or on the 4th of July weekend when they played the Brewers. A great call by our announcer too. Keon Broxton. Why does that name sound so familiar? I know he played, but I'm like, I cannot. Keon Broxton.
It's very reminiscent of the guy who plays for the Twins. Who's the guy on the Twins? Byron Buxton. Right, Byron Buxton.
Okay, give me 1 second here, Grump. Okay, it's got about 9 seconds here. Let's pop it up. Keon Broxton. Is he still playing in the league? That's the question.
Keon Broxton?
Yeah.
No idea.
I'll put this in slow-mo real quick. We'll listen to the call, and then we'll put it in slow-mo so we can hear the call. Let's hit here.
We sleep a lot better, that's for sure. Martinez sends one deep into center field. That is way back. Broxton is at the wall, and he makes the catch.
That looked like a freaking can of corn. You made that look so easy.
Yeah, that's that.
That's a nice catch. He made it look so easy. Yeah. Oh, no, there's multiple. I'm sorry. This is not even, we don't even know if that's the one. He's got multiple ones robbing homers.
Back is Broxton. He leaps.
Now, that was a better catch.
I think he is.
If you take the comment down, we can see it.
Okay, sorry. Oops, I didn't even know I had that up there. Let me take the brand down. Yeah, this I assume is the 4th of July game because they're wearing all red, white, and blue.
That was a great catch. That's well over the wall.
3 days in a row, but the time to do it. Fly ball, deep center. Back is
Brian Dozier.
I was about to say, Brian freaking Dozier.
Maybe they'll show the replay.
There's Yelich out there in the outfield too. Yeah.
I mean, they're all excited.
I assume that had to be 4th of July. He's kind of even like I pulled that off. This has to be the 4th of July one because everything, even the hats, everything is 4th of July in red, white, and blue themed.
Continues to amaze you out there in center field. My goodness.
Let's see the replay.
Imagine if he could hit.
Here it is. It's coming
He's
up.
so happy
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show a
making
replay.
plays. That's not showboating him. He's just exuberant. Right?
Let's see this here in slow motion. Boom. Nice catch.
Yeah, it was good. Andy Chavez was still better than that.
Yeah, I agree. He's still a hell of a catch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's get back to this here. Okay.
The Bo Jackson catching the ball and running along the wall was pretty damn good, too. Anytime you're coming that hard and you're able to, you got that force, that centrifugal force going, talk about leg power, you're able to run along the wall vertically after catching a fly ball. Wow.
I heard then he grabbed the opponent's bat and snapped it over his leg.
No, that was his bat.
I know. It was a joke. I know he broke his own bat over his leg. Drew L says, TJ, the robots are taking over. Sooner or later, it's going to be Terminators versus humans.
That's right. Terminator.
Good says, look up Winfield robs Tony Aramis. 1981. Let's look one more up here. And then we got a few things I want to cover here before we wrap the show up, Grump. Dave Winfield. I didn't know Dave Winfield was a great fielder.
He was 6'6", played basketball at the University of Minnesota as well as baseball. Mr. May. He's known as Mr. May.
Mr. May.
Good guy to have at the beginning of your fantasy season, not necessarily towards the end. Mr. May.
And that was 1981. Let's see here.
I want to say Tony Armas was still playing for the Oakland A's back then.
It was in the ALCS too.
Let's see.
Man, buddy, that Zaxby's looking good, Grumpy.
Zaxby's is good.
Good ball pressure went through those playgrounds. Look out. Well hit. Winfield leaps, makes the catch. What a play. Robbed him of a home run.
Maybe tore that cleat tore up that wall there.
Oh, yeah. That's back when there were spikes, none of that plastic garbage.
They all wear spikes. Baseball players wear
spikes.
Yeah.
He puts his right foot, goes up, pulls it out of the stands. It would have been tie. He absolutely robbed Tony Armas. What a great player he is. Last night,
man, he's lucky. He's lucky that wall tore. He could have tore up his ankle there.
I was about to say, or knee or something like that when it sticks in like that. Nice catch.
Look at how thin he is.
That looks like Aaron Judge.
No, not quite. Here's the thing. He was one of the bigger players back in the 80s. One of the most muscular guys there were. That's what I'm talking about.
Sleeping Angels. What's up, Sleeping Angels? And don't worry, Skynet is going to become self-aware. We're doomed all in 7 years.
Yes. I have to watch those Terminator movies again. It's been a while.
To read that one then, Grump.
Speaking of Terminator, the third film should have taken place in the future, like Salvation. Final scene would have been Arnold going back in time to the first film. It would have been a perfect trilogy. Okay, Terminator 3 was terrible. It was.
I haven't watched any of the Terminators, so.
You've never seen a Terminator movie? You've never seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator movie ever?
No. I've seen like I'll Be Back.
Well, he says that in just about every movie.
Okay. James F saying, holy shit, Purdue was up 24-21 on Penn State. Oh no. We'll do that for the podcast. That looks fun, Drew. We'll do a live stream on the podcast. That could be a fun one. We'll do a live stream during the draft. And we'll just cut off right after the draft's over. That means, Grumpy, we can't talk about who we like to pick or what we're going to look at there. Oh, shit. James, that does mean we could trash when other people make bad selections, though. And we'll talk when people make good ones, too. James,
okay, but the whole thing is you can't have a 14, 16-team league. You just can't. I think you'd do any more than 12.
Okay.
You'll have to check. I don't know.
You can do as many as you want. But James F says, God, I hope Serena Williams just loses and goes away. I'm so tired of hearing her name on ESPN.
She's having a nice run. Let's give her credit. I mean, she's fat. She's old. She's finished. But you know what? She has the heart of a champion. I'm rooting for her to go a long way.
There it is. Gungun, yes, we'll do it like that. Gungun says The Crazy Mother and Exorcist was great. My favorite horror flick is the first Creep Show, though.
Okay.
James F said, Grumpy, what's a Boilermaker like Purdue?
It's the guys who make boilers.
Go ahead.
That's what a Boilermaker is, a drink, first of all.
No.
But what the Boilermaker was, they like the Purdue mascot, is a guy they show him like with a hard hat on and the overalls. He builds boilers.
No. Okay, so what a Boilermaker is, I know somebody who's a Boilermaker. What it is they work on nukes, is what they do now a lot of times.
Okay. Back when there were no nukes, back when the Boilermaker was the official name. They're people who actually built boilers. You know what boilers are?
Yes, I know what boilers are, Grump.
That's what they did. They actually welded these things and riveted them together. Boilermakers. That's what they were.
It's
no
a
nukes.
job.
There were no nukes in the 1930s. There were no nuclear weapon missile silos.
No. They work on nuclear facilities that produce nuclear energy. Grump.
Okay. That didn't even come until the 1970s.
And the Boilermakers work a lot of times also on oil rigs and stuff like that too. So that's most of the work. Oh, I'm done with you, Grump. I'm done. Penn State up 28-24. And TJ, show that AH Vic, the one where the ball is at the top of the wall twice to go over for a home run. What is that? I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm not sure what that is.
We'll skip that one for next time.
Okay, gotcha. Just click on font, work properly. TJ Grump definitely are trashing my picks. Oh no,
and you haven't even made any picks yet.
I know, we're gonna trash his picks. And TJ, I know I'm annoying, but the one video sent Loki, I'm begging you to show on the podcast. I don't know which one that was, Drew.
Okay.
The Boilermakers mascot looks like their own basketball head coach. Oh shit. And then Gungu says, good night, chaps. The Sandman is gently calling my name. What are TJ and the Grumpy Old Man's usual bedtimes?
I'm up late.
How late are you up, Grump?
Late. Too late.
Why don't you say? Because I'm up later than you, I promise.
Well, that's embarrassing because I don't have a job, so I can stay up late.
I'm usually up till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Holy crap.
Sometimes on the weekends, I'll be like 5 or 6. I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
What's wrong with you?
I'll hear the lovely Paige's coffee going off in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go to bed. I just run on something called sleep deprivation, Grump.
You're a damn imbecile.
It's nonstop, Grumpy, with the podcast. That's all it is. It's all the podcast work I'm doing.
No, you're right. I don't stay up that late. No.
Oh my goodness. This is what he wanted me to play here. Hold on. I think this is what it is, Grump. Comment, DJ. Comment. Yeah, it does sound like there it is. The fan fight. Maybe it was the fan fight you want to show. Let's wrap this up, Grumpy, with the fan fight. That's always
okay.
Oh, Purdue's up 31-28. Holy shit. Purdue 31-28.
That's what makes college football great.
Dude, it always does. Oh man, this is one that we showed, but this is from a different angle. Do you remember there was the one where we saw those Tampa fans fighting a few years ago? Now this is just reposted up. But this is the Tampa fans. Oh, man, he said, F you. That's not a good one to be saying out there to a fan, and they're not happy.
Oh, my God. Look at this. They're getting a little feisty. He's just – he just walked over and slapped him.
You can't be – look at his smile on his face, too. He goes up and slaps him. You can't be doing that. Oh. Go. Oh.
Good.
Oh.
Actually, that guy deserves to get a beat.
Oh,
the wife is in there throwing blows, too.
Oh, man, look at that.
Well, honestly, he shouldn't have slapped the guy in the face.
Yep. I mean, here's the thing.
Sorry.
He assaulted him, and they went ahead and, oh, my God, look at this other girl. She's just
tag teaming. It's like that show Killer Couples.
It's like Second Man In. Look at this guy. Victor Hedman
coming in.
Victor Hedman puts him in a chokehold. Look, they must be midgets because Victor Hedman looks like he's a WWE, the Big Show superstar.
He's got big arms.
He puts him in.
Look at this guy. Look at this.
He's
guy.
like,
he's leaking.
He must have been hammered because he's like, he's smart. Yeah, he must be hammered, dude.
I don't know why he got what he deserved. You slapped the guy in the face. I tell you what, his woman went full Giselle. She threw those big hands at him, those big man hands, threw them at him. She just wailing on him. The other guy jumped him too. He didn't fight back.
You know what I noticed? We actually showed the Nimmo catch. Damn it. I couldn't remember if we did or did not. Oh, I want to show you one other thing. Talking about the craziness that is college football. There's one today. We mentioned UFC earlier. I want to show this to you. So South Carolina State against UCF. I'm sorry. Just want you to watch this play, Grumpy Old Man, and watch what transpires because it's quite a doozy. This happened today.
CF's defense for the second time on this opening drive has gotten off the field. Would not anticipate a fake punt on 4th and 19. would be wrong, and there is some room. Dyson wanted it late, but from well across the line of scrimmage.
What the fuck was that?
If you're confused watching, so are we.
That's definitely illegal kicking, and it looks like he almost.
How stupid are you?
He had a chance. So yeah, I think that was just a young player making a mistake.
I think he just wanted the kick. He just like I could run it.
You know, I said, why just a young? See,
I'm shocked. Coach wasn't out there chewing him a new asshole.
That's what I'm saying. This is American announcers not calling a dumbass, because this guy's a dumbass. You got to shred him for that. I'm sorry.
He had the chance to kick, but said nope. I'm not going because everything. Maybe it's a run. Maybe it's a run though.
Okay,
because I don't know. He's continuing around.
The ball was at the 30.
Here's the thing.
Line of scrimmage was a 30,
and they had it was like 1st and 20 or 4th and 20. I'm sorry, or 4th and 19. But the way this guy's moving, it would indicate he's not going to chase down the ball. So this is a design run. That's what this is. It's a design run.
He's got forever and a day.
You like
now,
okay? It's right one guy, number 30, and 3 blockers. And as soon as the kicker starts to get holy shit, he sees one guy in front of him, and he says, "Okay, I'm booting that. I'm aborting the mission."
He is 12 yards past the line of scrimmage. 12 yards past the line of scrimmage. I think I could have made that first down. Because my blockers certainly would have got ahead of me on the play.
Dude, the kickers are so terrified to take any like action of the game. Hell, he could have even pushed it.
The young man just made a mistake. No, just say he's a dumbass.
No, the young man got timid. Her first time, he probably is a freshman. Welcome to college football, buddy. Holy shit.
That's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
I do have one more. I actually do have a few more things to show you that are little funny clips. They're little short ones, so we don't have to worry about it taking too long. Talking about MVP, this is the little clip I wanted to show you, Grump.
Way to go out on a limb, Stephen A. That will be Jameis Winston.
Wait, did you just say Jameis Winston for MVP?
Did you just say Jameis Winston?
Okay. And Saints for the
why are you looking like that? All like
I picked the Saints for the Super Bowl. Michael Thomas, he gonna throw for about. James gonna throw. He might lead the league in passing. When you think about Olave,
he might lead the league in interceptions too. He's done it. I mean, he did throw for 5,109 yards and 30 interceptions. He did do that once before. He could do both.
Right.
You think Jameis Winston, Grumpy? Hot take Jameis Winston for dark horse for the MVP trophy?
That's a really dark horse. I don't even know if it's a horse.
That's like a dark miniature pony.
I don't know
not sure it's competing with the horses even in the race.
I'm going to say that you get good odds on that. If you have a crystal ball and you saw, hey, this is our MVP, throw some money down on that. No, I don't see that happening. No.
I want to show you. So do you remember the 2020 NFL draft? This is last item we're going to talk about here. The 2020 NFL draft was done via Zoom.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this is a recap. This is when the Vikings front office. This was when Jalen Reagor, I'm sorry, was selected over Justin Jefferson. Just look at the reaction by the Minnesota Vikings staff, and this is the guy they just traded for from the Eagles. But look at the staff here, Jalen Reagor.
He's going to take a receiver too, right?
Meanwhile, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. You thought they might go wide receiver. We've seen some wide receivers go off the board.
I forgot. Jalen Reagor was selected over Justin Jefferson. Holy shit.
Justin Jefferson was like 18.
He got injured. He was injured that year, wasn't he?
No. Chase was injured. Chase was injured the year before.
Okay, that's right.
It certainly seems like this would be a need that they need to fill.
All right, pick is in. We're on the clock. Jalen Reagor, wide receiver, TCU to the
Eagles.
Hey, Pack. I'm on it.
Nice. Get Justin Jefferson on the clock right now.
I'm on it.
They can't stop laughing and giggling at how lucky they just got, and that's the guy they trade for. It's funny how that stuff works, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Justin Jefferson's one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Correct. They did. I would have laughed too by like, holy shit, this guy who we think is, a Pro Bowl caliber player.
He's top 5. Wouldn't you say Justin Jefferson's top 5 in the league?
Absolutely. Guys, which team has the most World Series wins other than the Yankees? and there is a tie at 6 for Super Bowl wins. Other than the Canadians, which team has the most Stanley Cups?
I want to say the Dodgers are probably the second. I don't know. Maybe the Dodgers has the second most World Series wins. For Super Bowls, it's Pittsburgh. Is tied with New England. And for most Stanley Cups other than the Canadians.
Pittsburgh,
I want to say Toronto or Detroit.
Maybe Toronto. Yeah,
Toronto or Detroit.
That's right. Yeah.
It's definitely an original 6 team.
Yeah, that's a good point. But man, Grump, here we are at the end of today's show. What do you want to say before we wrap things up?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't. From TJ and a grumpy old man.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. We'll see you guys this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of college football to watch this weekend. Be ready. It's going to be a great weekend. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow on Twitter. Thanks again, Grump.
My pleasure.